Well, hello there, everybody. We have another exciting day ahead of us as the drivers now they're coming around on their out lap. We haven't seen any times posted yet. Hi there, Fritz. Hello, Monochrome Racer. Hope you're okay. Kev, Last Hope 1234. Hi there. Thank you all for joining us for this. What's going to be an epic day. As we should be getting close to seeing some times on the board right now. But yeah, guys, thank you for being early in here. I see Fritz was first. Kev, I know it's your favourite track, but we'll get you out here next time. There's definitely got to be another series of this because it's been fantastic. Hi Fritz, so how are you all? First of all, how is everybody? It's Friday. We've all got that Friday feeling. I want to see some love in the chat tonight because what we've just had confirmed over the past few minutes, all 30 cars from both splits, top 16 and the rest of them, all 30 cars are on the same server. You heard that right. We're all on the same server. So, what that means is race 1 and 2, as you know, determined by the qualifying. Race 3, an entire reverse grid. 30 places. So this is going to be special. So here we have John Munro, currently on pole with 14.5 minutes to go. Just been knocked off by Tejas Kapatka with, you know, a fantastic lap there. 4/10 faster than John. Whether John's going full tilt, I don't know. Jamie Buchanan. Again, Jamie's been quick. He's got a 41.6, so a little bit of a time to improve. Fritz, I'm hoping there's not going to be any brawls. I'm hoping it's going to be epic, but no brawls. Oh, wow! Silverstone Aston Martin experience. That sounds absolutely fantastic, Kevin. Because I won't see you tomorrow, I'm sure everybody else will join me in here and just say happy birthday, Kev. And I hope tomorrow is absolutely fantastic. See, Fritz is on the ball. Fritz knew I was going there. So we have Greg Young, who's set at 47. Birch, set at 40.4. Munro's gone faster again. Can he break into the 39s, do we think? Are we going to see that? It's Mark Baker for AJ Motorsport, 140.497. Now this is the thing, because it's a team's game here at the moment, as well as a driver's game. Mark's all alone, he's got no teammate there. So he's just there for pride. Pride of the team, of course, but I won't be biased tonight. Teams-wise, we have John Munro and Ross McGregor for Team Zanshow. I'm not seeing McGregor on the timing board at the moment. Actually, we are right at the back here. Definitely an outlap that. And then you've got Nathan Birch for 939 course, who are up there battling the Zanshow folk. We also have, if we can find the rest of them, Jim Buchanan and Colin Dunn Motorsport, but I'm looking for Greg Young. There we go, that's another 939 course driver. And do we have all three of them on at the moment? We may have, but we'll find them shortly. Again, it's going to be drivers everywhere, because there'll be more than 17 that have set a time, but I'll only see the top 17. I'm wondering if I can change that, actually. Well, yeah, last year did not go to plan for anybody, did it? But, yeah, if it's any consolation, looks like we're going to get a decent year when we eventually come out of all the restrictions, so we're all looking forward to that. Can I increase the number of cars to 30? I can. Right, I'm going to go 30. Right, so we should be able to get all 30 cars there. Bart's birthday on Sunday. Right, so everybody, happy birthday to Bart as well. Let's see if he's on stream. There he is. Sitting in 11th place at the moment with a 42.4. Bart did very well last week. In the reverse grid, he held up the top 4 for quite some time and then got in the mix. So very well done to Bart there. I hope that we can have another birthday present for you here as well. Because I know that we've got a lot of Driftworks supporters in here. So show up some love for the teams you're supporting today. We'll try and cover as much as we can, but the first person to break into the 39s is Nathan Birch. This is interesting, because John and Ross have been extremely quick in their splits every single week. Birch has been the top of his split up until it came to Ross and John being on the same track at the same time, where Birch was a little bit behind. So if he's on top here, this could be fireworks. I mean, don't get me wrong, championship-wise, it's looking like, you know, it might go the Zansho way, but it's just Clio's, guys. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. So McGregor's now finally got a good lap time together, the 39.7. That's tight at the top. There's a tenth between the top two, and then it's a few tenths back to John Munro, who hasn't yet improved, hasn't yet found the 39s either. Mark Baker still in 4th place at the moment. Again, we don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the 939 course guys, where the Driftworks guys are going to end up, or where the rest of the guys are going to end up. But we are keeping an eye on that, as we have Arnold Stricker, Positive Perception, a great little livery designer and team, very close friends with the Dunn Motorsport guys there. We see Kapatka, after setting that wonderful provisional pole, just resetting to the pits for another go. Here we are, Greg Young, 140.5. It's very, very close at the top, isn't it? Hi there, Jack Birch. Thank you for the view. Yep, we're cheering on the, well, we're cheering on everybody at the moment. The 939 course guys, we're looking forward to some battles. I've got a feeling there's going to be fireworks between the Zansho and the 939 course guys. Because, yeah, with the 3939 course guys against the 2 Zansho guys, it could be, anything could happen. Anything could happen. So we have Cohen de Group. Big Logo Racing, of course, that's one of the other teams that are here today. He has some help from other drivers. But again, he's not going slowly. 140.593. We didn't see much of him. When did we see? Was it Donington? When he was on the server with us, and or was it Brands? And yeah, very, very much in the mix of things. Very good racecraft from Cohen. And then we have Jamie Buchanan in the Dunn Motorsport. We're hoping he's got his connection issues sorted, because we've seen a few instances where his car's become a bit of a lag missile. We're hoping that doesn't happen today. We're hoping for good, clean racing, because we want to see a battle with Jamie evolve and go from start to middle to end game, because Jamie's really, really fast and he's really, really good at racecraft, but then we don't usually get to see the outcome, so we're hoping for that today. Toby Owen now sets a time of 140.6. So let me get this straight, guys. As I've said, there's 30 drivers on here. So we have 3 guys who have broken the 139 barrier, and John Munro looks like he might get into the 138. But from 4th place, Greg Young, 140.177, all the way down, 12th place, 140.939. All those drivers are in the same second. This is Clio Racing. This is what we like to see. This is going to make it incredibly interesting for that first corner. So Munro on the 139.123, just approaching Lodge, which is quite a tricky corner because you've got a long drag into the apex on the brakes, and then it just drops downhill. It's like a roller coaster. So keeping the rear end in check for those guys who have set it quite loose, that's going to be one of the places to watch, is that. We've got 7 minutes on the clock, and John finally does it. He goes into the 138s with a 38.7, so that's quite a big chunk lower than the 39s, as he's using as much of the track as he can get away with there. Will anybody else follow suit? Currently we have Birch splitting the Zansho boys, and Birch is quite close to the 38s as well, but he's not going to get it that lap. Can McGregor come back at? Can McGregor get the 38 before Birch does? Can he do a better lap time? It is going to be fun. It is going to be fun. 138, yeah, Fritz. I wouldn't like to know about the pain achieving that, but that's a lot of practice. Greg Young, he's getting close to these 39s with a 177. Can we see a 39? Can Greg give us a 39? We're approaching the first split as we just come across towards the chicane, but he's a little bit slower than the faster drivers. What's this going to result in? As he comes over towards Knickerbrook, and then it's a slight little kink up the hill, and it really is a hill up par. Next turn he's approaching will be Druids. It's Going to Groot. Going to Groot sets a storming lap time. 140.145. This could be a spanner in the works, guys. This really could. Because the 939 course guys, they want to be as high up as possible so they can take the fight to the Sancho boys. Let's just have a look at what he can achieve. 2 seconds back, so still going to be a 140 unless he's got anything special for out of Lodge. Down to the line. Again, it's uphill out of the bottom. Excuse me. Nope. Not this time. I'm going to sneeze. I think I'm going to sneeze. It's an horrible feeling, isn't it? When you think you're going to sneeze, then you don't, and then it comes back, and then it goes. I don't know if I'm going to... I don't know if I've got hay fever this year yet. Pollen's about, but I've not really been bad. Look at the light. There's going to be a lot of light today. There's going to be a lot of light. So John Munro is still the only person in the 38s. Less than 5 minutes left. Well, yeah, it's got to be sunlight though, Fritz. It's got to be sunlight. I don't know why, but it doesn't work with fluorescence or LEDs. Although tilt your head back, that might be where it comes. What's John gonna do? He's gone and started another outlap. I'm still wondering. Birch now on a 39.176. Can he get a 38? De Groot's gone faster still with a 40.046. He wants that 39, doesn't he? He's pushing. He's really pushing. Yeah, it might be where it's at, yeah. Greg Young. Can he get into the 39s before De Groot? This is all over the place. Mark Baker. Again, Mark said to me earlier today that he's had no practice. He's doing 40.2s. Guy's got talent. Hi there, SGS Games. How are you today? In fact, how's everybody? Are you all having a good day? I want to know. Tell me in the chat. What's everybody been up to? Has everybody been working? Have you been enjoying any good weather? If you've had any. No, it's been a bit wet in Sherburn. Like that. Bit slower. He'll go again. Gamer Buchanan. Currently the highest of the Dun Motorsport guys. Got a 40.3 at the moment, but Toby Owen on point. He's just set a 40.240. That's 39 hundredths behind Baker. I said 39,000. Who's splitting hairs? Been working on your backlog of games. That's for me that could take quite a while. Don't work yet? Don't blame you. Stave it off as long as you can. Stay at home, study lots. Find your thing. Don't rush it. You'll have a much happier life. It's all about finding your thing. Tetris Kapaka. Now Tetris has come on a long way since that first race. A long way. I know that it was struggling a bit with the other drivers, struggling for pace. But you know, he had great awareness. He moved out of the way where he needed to let people through. But right now, he's signed 8th place with a 40.336. That is fantastic going, Tetris. Very well done. But we do like the delivery there. I recognise it if nobody else does. Yeah. Keep studying. Keep studying. Don't stop when school finishes. Just keep studying. Keep learning. As I've just lost all the drivers. Why have I lost all the drivers? find out if something's happened to the server. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not. So apparently the server's just died. With a minute and a half to go. That's not great. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I mean, I think we can call results there. The results were getting really, really close. It was looking very, very good for the Zancho boys. Very, very good. But here's hoping that we don't have any of this during the races. I'll tell you what we're going to do. While we're waiting for the server to sort itself out, I'm going to run a tiny little ad break, and we'll see you all in a second. If that works. Okay. Maybe not. We're waiting to find out if we're having results saved here. Hopefully we will. Great, spot on, mate. Learning doesn't stop. Not stop at all. We've got 2 minutes before we can advance through it, which would have been good if the ad would have ran, because that would have given us a minute for us to find out who's set where. But I'm pretty sure it's Monroe and Paul. Fantastic lap time. Just gutting we never got anybody else into the 38. Let's see if we can grab a chat. In the meantime, while we wait for John to come along, you all know that the VRCC does many other races as well as the Clio Championship, the MX-5s. So why don't I give you an idea of just exactly what they get up to?
Hello, Alex.
Hi, Colin. All right, so we have Colin done with us, guys. Colin obviously doing quite well in a lot of the races so far, finishing quite high and giving us an awesome spectacle. So Colin, whereabouts were you in that qualifying session? We saw a lot of Buchanan, but not much of yourself.
Yeah, I think I was down about 10th today.
That said, 10th isn't far off the pace. I mean, I think we saw about 10 or 12 drivers all within the same second.
Yeah, it's very tight. All the practice times I've been as well, so should be on for a good race.
We're looking forward to it. So, strategy-wise, we've seen a couple of drivers finish sort of midfield or a little bit lower in the second race to try and get better place in the third race. Have you thought about anything like that in the team? Is there anything planned?
No, just try and go as far forward as we can in all the races. I mean, I've ended up in that position once or twice. but it wasn't intended.
No, of course. But obviously, would you be hoping to be finishing up further up in both the first and second races? I mean, are you going balls to the wall, or are you going to play it careful around?
I think I need to be a bit more careful than I have been. Made some silly mistakes at Knockhill and at Mallory that cost me some really good points. So a little bit more careful, a bit more consistent, and hope to make the best of other people's mistakes so I can go forwards.
I wouldn't say that you were in trouble at any of the other races. You gave us some fantastic racing, Colin. To be honest, we've really enjoyed it. I mean, is there anyone you're looking forward to having a battle with tonight?
I think it's going to be Toby again. Our times have been really close, and as we saw at Knockhill, we were together all race.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to catching a lot of that, Colin, but I'll let you go and prepare for the next one. Thank you for joining me, and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
So there you go, guys. Colin Dunn, as you've seen him finish higher up in the previous round, he's in 10th, but he's not slow. This is the thing. It's going to be an amazing battle all race long. And yeah, Fritz, you're right. Dedication to get that 38. It's a lot of laps of practice, is that. I mean, don't get me wrong. John's quick, but you still need to put hours and hours and hours of practice to get that. Molly Whopper, end of the race. Could we have a series summary? Who stood out? Battles teams. Yeah, I think we can. I think we can leave it to you guys, though. 3 things to vote on. Driver of the series for what you've seen on stream. Best team of what you've seen on stream. And the most interesting battle. Not necessarily the best battle, but the most interesting battle. Yeah, send your votes in on the chat. Either on the chat or on Twitter or Facebook. Links are down there. You've got them all as usual. If you're biased, you're biased. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Just get your vote. And at the end of the stream, we'll have a look through. We'll get it all wrapped up. But I don't know whether the server's online yet. Did say it'd be a couple of minutes. Hopefully it won't be too long. Right, so we've got John in the stream with us. Hi there, John. How are you today?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Super excited, if I'm honest, John.
Yeah, hopefully we can film the show like we did the third race last time out.
Well, I'm expecting it to be a little bit busier today. I mean, I don't know whether you noticed in the qualifying as it was going on that there's about 10 or 12 drivers all within the same second qualifying line. I mean, is that anything to get excited about for you? Because you're a couple of seconds ahead of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more stress for the reverse grid, if I'm honest, if everyone else is close to the pace. I think we've got 25 plus cars tonight as well. So, yeah, I can't wait for race 3, put it that way. And that's, of course, assuming that I get a good result in the first 2. I think it's going to be great fun, to be honest. I think Oulton's a lot more about consistency than outright pace. So I know I had a couple more tenths in me there, but Ross, for example, was on a flyer when the server crashed. I think he was 4 tenths up on himself, so he would have put himself right in the mix. So to be honest, Alex, it's one of those ones where anyone can take a win if one person makes a mistake, because there's loads of curbs that can catch you out and spin the car around. It's so easy to get a back end swapper on here. So it's going to be fascinating, and I think there's going to be a huge battle as well for the kind of rest of the top 10. For the guys that are kind of in the high 39s, low 40s. It looks crazy.
Well, to be honest, I'm really excited to it. But one final question, because I think the server's just got up. One final question. We've seen a few people finish a little bit lower in the second race to try and get a jump on the people who we're battling with. If you are in a tight scrap first place in the second race, is there any team tactics like that?
No, 100% no. If what I want to do is I want to win the second race and then go from last to first in the third race, because that for me is a bigger challenge. I think the third race is such a lottery as well. You know, the first lap, it's all about positioning your car right and avoiding incidents. So the difference between 27th, 28th, or 29th is really minimal. So no, for me, I'm just going to go out there and have a great race and hopefully have a great scrap with Ross and Nathan. And then yeah, as I say, I'll try and do what I did at Mallory and Knockhill, which is kind of go from the back to the front.
Lovely stuff. Well, thank you for joining us. well done for qualifying on pole. Congratulations there, and I look forward to seeing the race, especially race 3.
I think I've got to do it again now because I think we've got another 10-minute session. So I better go back and reclaim my position.
Fair enough. I thought that that was the end of it. There was only a minute and a half when it ended last time, but yeah, if there's a 10-minute qualifying, good luck, and we'll follow you around for some of it.
Cheers. All right, have a good one. Enjoy the broadcast.
Cheers. Right, so there's some discussion here. The 939 course guides. Well, I know that we've got some driftworks planned here. And that is right, we've got 7 minutes left of the qualifying session. I hear cars on circuit. As we've got Mark Baker right now trying to set up that time. Get the spectacle. Yeah, get the spectacle going, absolutely. Welcome back, SJS. We are wondering how this is going to work out. So obviously the result from last time out, they didn't say. Which means they're on a different circuit, which will have a different level of grip, temperature. How is everybody going to cope? This, with it being 3 minutes into the qualifying session, this is most likely current lap time being set. What's your predictions? Is John Munro going to be on pole? Or is it going to be Birch or McGregor? Can Mark get himself into the top 3 for the first race? What do you think is going to happen, guys? Come on, let us know in the comments. Oh, and you guys aren't even watching at the moment, are you? It should be there now, though. So here we go then. Mark has come across the first split, 1 minute 2. I'm not sure how that is. I'm really not sure how that is. So I believe he's got Birch right behind him as well. I think it's Birch. Can't quite catch the numbers. They're whizzing past far too quickly. And that's definitely a Zanshaw driver behind. So could this be Mark, Birch and John? We're about to find out. The Mark. This looks quick. 140.3. Birch on a 139.3. And was it a Zanshaw guy behind? Not got a time on the board. It is. It's a real shame that you couldn't drive in tonight because, you know, we've had some fantastic racing so far, and to have more cars, it'd be even better. I mean, we've got 30. Well, I think we've got 30 guys in total. Ah, here's Wiggins. So there's the 939 course driver that we couldn't find last time around. That's all 3 of them here now. Just having a bit of a battle with, I believe that's McGregor in the 444. It is. So Rick Wales now sets a server personal best. And a server personal best for Dan Collins as well. Where is Dan? Dan's in 8th place. He's done fairly well in some of the races. Fairly well. Jack, no problem with conflict of interest at all, mate. I mean, if you're rooting for Nathan, you root for Nathan. We'll try and keep as much coverage as we can. I mean, I'm sure there'll be plenty who'll be up there battling, but glad to have you with us. Thank you for joining. And yeah, Chris, the consistency is impressive. Really. And they'll be there all race long. That's what I don't get. McGregor's in the 39s, Birch is in the 39. These guys will be setting these lap times all race long. Apart from when they're battling, of course, because when you're overtaking, you slow each other down, but these guys are going to be quick. And Mark Baker's beaten that 40 mark, so he's got a 139.724. Wiggins also under the 40s, so the track might be a little bit grippier now. Munro, 39.3, so he's just behind Ross. Just behind Ross. Hi there, John O'Capper. Yeah, this is the thing with the Clios. They look slow. I'll be very honest. They're slow. But slow cars provide the best race. You'll see it in the race because we had, what was it, 10, 12 cars all in the same second for qualifying. Yeah, it's going to be really, really tight racing. It's going to be brilliant fun to commentate, brilliant fun to watch. let alone drive. I'm not sure I could take it because we've got 5 drivers all in the 39s. This is getting there. This is really getting to be one of the better races. Because we've got so many cars on circuit. But up until now, we've had 3 rounds so far. Which one's been your favourite? Yeah, let me know in the comment. Everybody's setting personal best. This has got to be a sticky track. Cohen de Groot now. Another under the 140 mark. Jamie Buchanan. Oh, there's a 939 coast car in the way. I hope that hasn't slowed him down too much, but it may have. Might have to go for another one. Arnold Stricker. Again, we haven't seen too much of him this far, but doing rather well up in 8th. Greg Young, the 939 course driver, down in 9th. We want to improve if we can. Toby Owen, we saw him up in the top half of the top 10 in the last session. He's currently on 140.3, but aiming to improve yet again. Yeah, Rick Wales and a couple of other drivers, yeah. Yeah, I heard Mark told me that on his server the racing was absolutely epic last round, so very well done last round. It's a shame that I wasn't streaming that. We were streaming another the other server, and that was just epic. And it's a shame that we've had the split over the first 3 rounds, because I think to watch it all. So, Jamie Buchanan in the pits. Got 2 minutes on the clock. He can get himself out. He might get another lap in. Arnold Stricker is the next person not to be in the 39s. So, both servers have combined. So, we've got both splits in together. All 4 groups. Everybody's on the same track. Which is why I'm so excited. As you can see, there's 22 that have set a time at the moment. So, keeping an eye on battles is going to be really, really tough. But if it's this close, I don't think there's much to worry about. We're all going to be in the same space on track, I think. At least for quite some time. Quite some time, that's good. So, Jamie Buchanan stayed in the pit, so I don't think he's going to get around for another lap now. So that might be at the end of his qualifying session. Cannot Nord bumping back a place. And Greg Young. No, Greg's quick. Toby Owen also has a chance. So does Dan Collins. Dan Collins is right behind Toby Owen. And we know Dan likes the car loop. I've told him to leave the handbrake alone. But with a real loose rear end, this track could be quite quick for him. We've got some love for Rick Wales. Absolutely. He's been a driver done fairly well. But currently down in 20. But, you know, a 142, 137 might look like 4 seconds slower than Monroe. It's not quite. It's a very tricky track, and when it comes to racing, that will soon be up in 13, 12, 11. No problem at all. We also have Charlie Frazier, Adam Bent, same sort of time. Tedros, we saw him doing well last time around, in the last qualifying session. Maybe he's just not got the lap together yet. You know, I've got to respect all these drivers. The battling we've seen has been second to none throughout the entire championship. Seen a little bit of lag. But, yeah, John Monroe looks like he might be starting pole again, because the qualifying session has come to an end. Everybody's just finishing the lap they're on. John Monroe's coming to the end of that. And so 138.709 at the moment is the only driver in the 38s. Will that stand? Or are we going to see better? Are we going to see any better? Tedros is coming around to finish his lap as well, so hopefully he gets time on board. 141.8 by Adam Bent now, so that's an improvement by quite a bit. What's Monroe got? Monroe's gone in the pits. He's calling it time with that 38.709. Birch isn't on a lap. Baker's not on a lap. Wiggins. I think Wiggins' lap has come to an end. Cohen de Groot's not on a lap. Arnold Stricker. What could this be? Doesn't prove. But Tedros goes 6th. Very well done from Tedros. Toby Owen down in 10th. So Dan Collins has got ahead of Toby Owen. Well done, Dan. Well done. So that's for the Driftworks, guys. I know that there's a lot of you out there. But yeah, this is looking very, very exciting. So let's see if we can grab the results screen. So there we are. John Munro on pole, Ross McGregor second, Nathan Birch in third, with Mark Baker in fourth. Again, Mark Baker is a team, but he's flying solo at the moment. Luke Wiggins in fifth, Cohen de Groot in sixth, Jamie Buchanan in seventh, Tejas Kapaka in eighth, Arnaud Stricker in ninth. Very well done, Arnaud. Greg Young in 10th. Again, Greg will be wanting to fight up his way up to the rest of the teammates. Dan Collins in 11th. Standout performance there, Dan. Really well done. Toby Owen in 12th. Bart Neils, again another Driftworks driver, in 13th. Charlie Frazier, 14th. Quentin Chauvito in 15th. We know that Quentin's got some really good race pace. We're expecting good things from Quentin. Jerry Van Binsbergen in 16th. Colin Dunn in 17th. Brendan Van Eden in 18th. Stefan de Groot, again related, in 19th. And Hickey Mack in 20th. And then we have Chris Callahan in 21st, with Adam Bent in 22nd. Stefan Andrew Gadju in 23rd. I'm hoping I'm getting there with the names. Then we have Rick Wales in 24th. Lorenzo Molnar in 25th. And that rounds out the drivers because we don't have Roundtree, Toro, White, or Zerda. So we will click back as we wait for the race server to go live. I will just click screen. Yeah, what does everybody think? We didn't see much change. It was pretty much as it was, but there were a few differences there. I'll let you have a think about what's going to happen in this next race and go for a comfort break. You've got a couple of minutes, guys, so I'll leave you with this, and I will see you in a second. Right, we're back. So, monochrome racer Kev, my money's on John Munro. I think it's a safe bet, although we're not entirely sure. Anything could happen. Anything at all. What do you think is going to happen midfield? I say midfield, I mean from 4th down to about 15. Do you think we're going to have a pack battle all the way through? I'm kind of hoping so. I'm hoping so. We now jump onto the server. Chris, no, I'm not ready for this. I'll never be ready for this. This is absolutely epic. We have 3 minutes on the clock as I send that to the pits because I do not want to be in the way on the race. Let's see who we can find. Who do I want to be on board? Look at, there we go. On board with John Munro. That is what John Munro sees. Look at that mirror. That's a lot of people behind, all trying to get through turn 1 as fast as possible. And for John, it might be flat. For a few others, they might have a break. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting as we see what the field looks like from behind. Keep away from Adam, and he seems to be a magnet for trouble. I wouldn't say that. I'd say that Adam's had a lot of bad luck, but he is getting there as a driver. He's had some good races recently. Fritz hoping for a few collisions. I'm not hoping for any, if I'm going to be honest, but great driving I am looking forward to. SGS Games, go everyone. I think that's seconded by quite a lot of us here. It is a starting line. It is a starting line. I mean, how absolutely epic is that? All the way down to the hill. All the way down to the hill. See Ross's car, Nathan Birch. We have Mark Baker. If I can zoom out a little more. Can I zoom out a little more? I don't think I can. That's a shame. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. Yes, sure he's good to race with. He is sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like everything else, you've got to build experience, and he's getting driver he really is. So he's a very good lad, very good personality. And SGS Games play all sides. Sometimes you've got to put a bit more into 2 different pots on. Yeah, this is shaping up to be an excellent race. So, just to let you know, things you can engage with. There are channel points which are called fuel motes. You can click them, cause random things to happen. If you feel like I've earned the follow, please give that heart a click. Again, all we're doing here is trying to grow the channel for when we're back at it. We've got the MX-5s coming up with the VRCC. That starts in the not too distant future, but we have 6 lights ready to light. Thank you very much for the follow, Jack Birch. I do appreciate all the follows and everything. The support's been fantastic. But we have 5 lights and 6 lights on the gantry, and they're out and we're away. Look at all that tyre smoke as we see a little bit of argy-bargy. Oh dear, that looks like Charlie Fraser in the distance, possibly. As we see John Munro nice and clean through the field there. As we see Gary van Binsbergen is involved as well. But coming through the field, we have McGregor and Birch right behind John Munro. And we have a little bit of space back to Mark Baker, who seems to be holding up Wiggins quite well. Hi there, Nano Ninja. Thank you for joining us. Fritz, good luck to the commentator. I need it. I need the look as we see Mark now getting a little bit of a battle on with Wiggins. And we see Tejas Patkel losing a few places there as well. So Baker down into 5th. De Groot down into 8th. Patka down into 10th. Dan Collins up into 11th. This is very... Oh, look at that pack. This is going to be fantastic racing. So we have Young in the mix there, with Collins chasing Patka. Chauvetot right in behind. Bart Neal's right behind Chauvetot. We have Young and Cohen de Groot in a bit of a battle just at the right of your screen there. And just up the screen from them, we've got Buchanan and Strode. Oh, is that a roll? Dan Collins? What's happened there? Oh, he has. He's rolled it. That is such a shame from Collins. But that promotes quite a lot of drivers. As we see Colin Dunn making his way up into 12th place. There's a few drivers collected in there as well. So that might set a lot of people a lot further back than they wanted to. But up front, it is still John Munro from McGregor and then Birch as they come across the first lap. And then Wiggins and Baker a little bit further back as they stretch themselves out a bit, give themselves a bit of room so they can go at it a little bit later on. Yeah, first lap in a row. Wasn't expecting that, but I hope they do make a decent recovery. Yeah, Ben is making moves through the field, and he will continue to do so, I would imagine. As we see Arnold Stricker in a bit of a battle with Buchanan and De Groot. As it looks like Buchanan's trying to make a move around the outside as they come down to the hairpin. This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. If you can carry the speed as he's done, and Mark Baker's gone round, and I don't think anybody's hit him. It looks like Mark has got away with that without being hit. But unfortunately, it's dropped him all the way back down into 13th now. So that's again promoting a lot of other drivers. As we're just watching this battle as Cohen de Grot is now on the inside of Tejus Kapaka, who fancies chances around the outside. On the inside for the second apex. Little bit of contact, but that's nothing wrong with that. A little bit of rubbing's okay. And now Cohen de Grot has Greg Young right on the back of him. In terms of battles, this is the closest we have at the minute up towards the front, and we have something a little bit closer between Fraser and Collins as these are coming down into the chicane now. Again, Dan Collins with that unfortunate roll. Was it around Druids where it all went wrong? But yeah, that looks like a battle that is shaping up a little bit as we now see Kapaka is ahead of de Grot. And de Grot seems to have broken away from Young a little bit to go out and chase Kapaka. But Chauveteau's not dropping back either. He's in there for a bit of a battle. And Colin Dunn's lapping faster than a lot of them, so he's going to get right onto the back of this as well. This is going to make it fantastic. As we see a little bit further back, we have this battle between Fraser and Collins. And Collins is quite close enough to make a move. A little bit further back, we have Molnar and Hikima, with both Van Bisbergen and Van Eden at the tail of the field at the moment, as Van Eden takes a very unusual line through the chicane. I'm not sure if he'll have to slow down or how much he will have to slow down, but this is the top three. Quite a bit of space between them now, but Arnold Stricker and Kapaka, this is getting a lot closer. Also, de Grot and Young. Young is once again on the attack. Once again looking at the back. Oh, and Arnold Stricker's gone off. So has de Grot. That's promotes... Well, that's all three of them promoted. So, Kapaka, Young and Chauveteau. Now the chasing pack. Chasing Wiggins, because Wiggins has just been passed by Jamie Buchanan. That could shape up to be an interesting battle. Because, of course, Birch will want his teammate to score as much points as possible. Because Birch is now in third place, with the Sancho boys leading the charge, as we've seen before. But Buchanan, for Dunn Motorsport, we did see him going quick in qualifying. And hopefully this is an indication of what's in store for the rest of the races, because if Wiggins doesn't have an answer, then that could put 939 course in trouble for championship. But Pat now lapping fairly quickly. Colin Dunn on a similar time. Cohen de Grot obviously with that mistake a little bit slower. But Bart Sneels, you know, he's not doing bad on a 42, but Baker's closing quickly. This could be a battle forming in the next second or two, but right now we have Chauveteau under a bit of pressure from de Grot, let's say. Under a lot of pressure. As we see Chauveteau going defensive into the hairpin, this of course means that de Grot might get a better exit speed as they come around the hairpin and head down towards the chicane now. What's going to be the result of this? As Young now gets past Tejus Kapaka as they're on the run down into the chicane. Kapaka looked a little break later on the brakes there. Doesn't go quite as early for the apex there. I'm wondering whether that was evasive driving. I'm hoping so. But de Grot has spun again. That's unfortunate, but that puts Colin Dunn into 9th place now. Bart Sneels and Baker, of course, taking advantage of that. But de Grot will get going again and he will get onto the back of them. Are there any Belgians? I don't know. You guys might know better than me who's Belgian, who's not. I'm not familiar with where everybody's from. So Sneels, I'm told, is Belgian for Driftworks. No, we've got people from everywhere. People from absolutely everywhere, SGS. Great to see. So this is Mark into Lodge. Just making a nice clean move on Bart. And we know Bart's quick. Bart is very, very quick. So I expect that Bart will either not let it go or he's going to follow Mark around. But it looks like he's going for a move down the inside. Doesn't quite make that stick. Mark carries the speed and holds on to the place. Collins now up into 17th place. No, 16th. No, 17th. This is a bit of a scrap. A little bit of a scrap we've got. Oh, dear me. So, unfortunately, Stefan de Grot has made the place, but we've seen Charlie Frazier overtaking Lorenzo Molnar, who has dropped back through the field. But Kiki Mack making places, but Dan Collins and Toby Owen making their way up. Again, we did say that they would make their way up through the field. Kapatka's now stopped in the chicane. Can he get it going without disturbing the rest of the field? I think he can. There we go. As we see Stefan just making his way back up. Toby Owen down in 18th. Again, this is due to the first roll that we saw early on. But yeah, I'm assuming that they will get a little further up as we see Owen and Stefan having a bit of a bite. Stefan gets his rear end messed up, and Collins has gone wide again, but gets it going nice and simply. That allows Frazier through as well. Collins really struggling with the rear end at the moment, I think, the chicane there. And SRSA, there are only 2 as far as I know. Yeah, there could be more. There could be more, as we see a driver getting out of the way at the side of the track there. Seeing Frazier come around through. It's really fast right-hand corner is that. Chris Baker's live stream last week, drives like a madman. He is a madman. I've said it live on stream. Mark Baker is mad. His idea was to take a Polo to the hill climb and race it, and I was really looking forward to seeing that, but he's gone and bought a Subaru now, so yeah, we expect good things from Mark, but he does drive like a man possessed, and we really like great such talent behind the wheel. It's insane. We have Chris Callahan, and is it Stefan or is it Cohen? It's Cohen the group behind. And this is shaping up to be a bit of an interesting battle, because we know that Cohen de Groot has some real pace in that car. If he can keep it on circuit, he's got some real pace. And Bart Sneels again dropping places as he's just off the circuit onto the grass. Again, the Driftworks guys are a bit rear happy. We need to leave the handbrake alone, guy. You've all got pace, let's see it. I really want to see it. I want to see the battles. As we see Kiki Mack is in a battle with Stefan de Groot. SJS Games, thank you very much for the host. I really do appreciate that. Oh no! Stefan's gone very sideways into the bollard, and that's left him in the middle of the track. He just gets out of the way to allow Frazier and Collins through, but Dan Collins does take advantage of that. Even though it's a yellow flag, he's gone straight past Frazier. I'm not sure the stewards will be too bothered about that, but Cohen de Groot and Chris Callahan now locking horns as we see a swap for position. Will Chris Callahan come back, Cohen de Groot, or will he stay behind and try and follow him up the order? Closing behind, we have Bart Sneels. Bart Sneels is getting quite close. As up ahead, we don't have any battles forming up at the front because John Munro has walked away with this one again. Server personal best by Rick Wales there. Ross McGregor is all alone. Got nobody behind him, and he can't quite get onto the back of Munro. So this might be John Munro's race. But we know that McGregor wants to win. We heard from him last week. He really wants to win. Let's hope for the last 7 minutes he can really charge. And Birch as well. We were all expecting Birch to get in on this, but he's in no man's land at the moment with his teammate Luke Wiggins right behind him. Again, Gamer Buchanan, spanner in the works, the only man to have a car in between the 939 course guys. But what you're seeing now is live. Young is challenging. As they come around Druids, they'll now head down to the lodge, which is a very short braking zone for such a tight corner. And it's really loose on the back end as you slope down that hill. Buchanan's quick though, and we know he's got racecraft. But we've seen these two locking horns before, and this promises to be no different. Absolutely no different at all. As we see Buchanan's going defensive. He's got to go defensive to keep Young behind. Server personal best by Quentin Chauvetot. Again, everybody's setting quick times now. This is fantastic racing. Baker's catching up to Dunn. I don't know whether he's got enough time to close down 5 seconds. We will see. Buchanan and Young, there is a few tenths between them as I think Young's just eyeing up a new angle. Where can he attack? Where can he conserve? Where does he need to throw it down the side of Buchanan? and Buchanan's watching in his mirror. He knows Young's there. I think strategically, it's a game of chess. You know, they're both throwing pawns, they're both looking at the moves, seeing what's under attack, where there's space, what square's contested. And just like a game of chess, they're both throwing moves. Like a boxing match, one punch after the next. Jab here, uppercut there. And this is a battle that will go right to the end of the wire because Young's not giving up. Young's not giving up. He's given Buchanan a breather to say, right, okay, you get on with it, and I'm going to throw it again. You at least expect it. I'm going to surprise you. And again, that's usually where the racing catches up. But Buchanan saying, no, I know you're there. I'm not having it. I know I'm slow into lodge, so I'm going to defend it, and I'm going to defend it hard. And he does. But Young can't get the switch back there. And then Buchanan defends really well onto the start-finish straight, so Young can't go down the inside for turn 1 as well, either. But he's alongside, he's a long way alongside. Can he hold it there? Can he carry the speed? Is this where we see Young overtaking Buchanan? It's a slight right where he's not going to have it. It looks like Buchanan is still ahead. Has he got the apex there? Hi there, Stefan. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. How are you today? How is everybody? Is everybody having a good day so far? You all enjoying the stream? Let me know. Get busy in the chat. As we're seeing, again, Buchanan's really defensive. Young's going to have to find a different angle. As we see one of the big logo cars just waiting until everyone passes before getting back onto circuit. I believe that was Lorenzo Molnar. Again, this battle is absolutely fantastic right now as we're seeing another battle a little further back, and I kind of want to look away, but I kind of don't. We've got Cohen de Grot and Rick Wales now locked in battle. Same situation where Rick Wales, he wants to get past, but he's looking for the perfect opportunity. You can't just send it. These cars are too slow. We have Owen as well racing with Kiki Ma. Again, two guys with a very good racecraft. Too much damage to your right and then repaired the wrong thing. That's unlucky. That's really unlucky. Hopefully the next one's a lot better though. We're looking forward to some more racing to come. Obviously the next race is the same grid and then the reverse grid in the third race. Which one are you looking forward to most? Let us know in the chat. As we're seeing ahead, the battle between Buchanan and Young is very, very close now. This is going to go down to the wire. There's 2 minutes 30 in a lap. So in essence, we've got about 4 minutes left on the clock. I thought you might have been the car in the pits there. It is unfortunate to see you out, Stefan. I know that there was a big incident on that first lap and it did take a lot of people out. It's such a shame. But we are seeing a lot of people carrying on. And Dan Collins, despite rolling over, is in 17th place. So very well done to Dan. And Stefan, your teammate, currently in 12th place. He was in a bit of a battle, but I think that might have all disappeared now because Rick Wales is off the circuit, unfortunately, for the Celtic Bromance team. Now, going back to that battle, Chauvetot has come from nowhere, and he's right on the back of Young now. So this is a three-way battle all the way to the flag, and Chauvetot looks quick. Yep, Stefan is in the pits at the moment. Yeah, I think we'll all be cheering on for a better first lap at least, at the very least. And look at this. Look at this. Buchanan's defensive. Young's trying to go as fast as he can around the outside because he knows Chauvetot's coming. But then Chauvetot's like, right, which one do I follow? And I think he's picked wrong this time. But, wow. Wow. That was very close. I think they were touching bumpers, were they not? Was that bump drafting in Clio's? Kapatka's now got a DNF, unfortunately. Disconnected from server as Buchanan. Oh, there's... Oh! Yeah! That's not what we want to see, guys. Unfortunately, that means Buchanan is off the circuit, but he does rejoin the track in 8th place. Young did manage to get past Buchanan there, but Chauvetot takes advantage. Quentin Chauvetot is in 5th place, and Chauvetot said, He's not looking forward to this because he thought he was slow. He's in 5th place, guys. That shows you. Never give up. Never give up as Young goes really wide at the hairpin. That's going to allow Chauvetot to get a little further ahead. But look at this. Mark Baker, after dropping all the way back a little bit further up, is almost on the back of this battle. And so is Colin Dunn. It's almost the Battle of the Titans once again. Very Vlaams, Dutch. Yeah, of course. Of course. What do we think of Stoll? Again, there's been fantastic racing, all championship long. And we're looking forward to more of it. The next championship, the MX5 Cup, if you're not all signed up already, I hope you're going to. Links up at the top if you want to get involved in the VRCC. As we see Arnold Stricker, after making up a lot of places, just dropping another one there. Buchanan, unfortunately, down in 9th place now. So Baker and Dunn are through. But Chauvetot is now under attack. Big time from Greg Young. Meanwhile, as Colin Dunn sets a personal best, by the way, in 7th place with Baker right behind right. We're going to have to flick to Munro because it is the final lap of the first race. Going down to the chicane. McGregor is in 2nd with Birch all alone in 3rd. Wiggins has now gone a long way away in 4th. But Chauvetot. Or is Young ahead? I can't quite tell. Chauvetot's on the inside. Young's right around the outside. Late on the brakes. Doesn't get it turned in. Is he going for the switchback? He is. Young's trying the switchback into the chicane. So this puts him on inside for the first apex. Chauvetot squeezes. Really squeezing down, saying you're not going to get the run into that first turn. It's going to be me. Chauvetot late on the brakes is going to have the second apex. Young's on the outside there, but Young gets the apex this time. And Chauvetot on the outside. Side by side for 4 corners. And Chauvetot just keeps it ahead. And that is Colin Dunn right behind. And we know Mark Baker is right behind both of them. This is the end. This is it. John Munro has won the race. Ross McGregor in 2nd. Birch is coming across the line right now in 3rd place. Wiggins in 4th. And then we're going to get back to that battle. Look at this. Right at the end, they're all squabbling into Lodge, the final corner. Chauvetot is ahead of Young and Dunn. And Young and Dunn are side by side. Dunn's got the inside for the king. And he's got a bit of a slipstream. There you go. Young takes it, 6th place. Baker in 8th after Colin Dunn. That was really close. I didn't want to call that. I really didn't. So Jamie Buchanan now comes across in 9th, unfortunately. Arnold Stricker, after a bit of a difficult race, coming across the line in 10th, as long as he gets across the line before Cohen de Grot was right on his bumper. He does, so Cohen de Grot in 11th place there. Chris Callahan comes across the line in 12th. With Toby Owen in 13th after that rollover incident was involved in. Kiki Mack in 14th. We have Dan Collins now, after rolling over, is coming across the line in 15th. Followed closely by Bart Niels in 16th. We have Jari van Binsbergen for the big logo team coming across in 17th. And we have Charlie Fraser just heading up to the line now in 18th in a world of his own. Gadju Andrew Gadju, I'll just call you Gadju, I'll murder your name otherwise, in 19th. Bent's already finished in 20th with Brendan Van Eden with some questionable choices in 21st. Lorenzo Molnier in 22nd. Hacker did not finish. 23rd. Rick Wales in the pits, as well as Steph Bigrot, as you know from the chat. There is your roundup for race 1. Who do you want me to have a chat with, guys? I'll try and get them in. I am going to try and catch a chat with John Munro and Dan Collins to ask about that rollover. The chat is saying, yeah, quite a battle. Nominate for this battle. It was a good battle. It was a really good battle. I want to see what you think. Yeah, right. We'll try and catch Dan as I just flick to a different scene. Again, I'm having to use my phone as a stream deck because I'm not rich enough otherwise. So, right, Discord. Let's grab John Munro. Dan Collins. Is there anybody else you guys want me to have a chat with? What about Chauvetot? What about Chauvetot? I feel like it. Chauvetot was saying it was going to be slow. But this doesn't seem like slow. So I'll see if I can run a quick little ad and then we'll get straight into it.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, I can't believe that. That was a crazy race.
So we are joined by a couple of the drivers from the first race. You did request we speak to Dan Collins, so we've got Dan Collins in with us as well as John Monroe. I think first up we need to speak to John to say congratulations, you've converted that pole into a win. How are you feeling after that?
Thank you very much. Yeah, really good, really good. Obviously we had to kind of do it all over again with qualifying, so it was jumping in the server and getting straight back on it. I think by the time I was there I had about 7 minutes, so a bit of stress for a while, but thankfully I managed to kind of match my lap. And then, to be honest, I think the key to the race was just consistency, like I thought it would be. I don't think I made a single mistake, so it was just every lap within 58 nines, 58 8s, 59 zeros, so it was really good. And Ross was very, very close on pace, but I think every 2 or 3 laps I'd just edge a 10th here and there, and obviously it was only a couple of seconds in it at the end, but it was enough to keep me ahead. I think the main thing was just staying out of trouble and keeping it clean.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of the race. We didn't catch everything, unfortunately, because you did just walk away with it, but we know that Ross really wants to win. He wants to take that battle. Yeah, I mean, is there anything to worry about for the second race for you, or are you just going to walk away with it again?
It's impossible to say because it's so easy that, you know, someone has an issue into the hairpin and I get spun out, or if I end up putting myself in the wall, it's so easy and it could all change. So obviously I'm feeling confident and I feel comfortable that I can hold on, but it's definitely not a given. You know, Ross never gives up. He obviously, the last time we raced with you guys for championship, he won the championship quite comfortably in the Ginettas and I was behind him. So I'm just hoping I can kind of swap the roles around, but he's definitely not going to make it easy for me, that's for sure.
Certainly is, but well done, and congratulations for the first win of the night. We'll see if it's the last. I doubt it, but anyway, we've got Dan Collins with us. Unfortunate lap one, Dan. I mean, walk us through what happened.
I don't know, really. Well, first of all, I jumped the start, which I think I said on my stream. I've never jumped the start. I don't think I've ever done that yet. But anyways, I jumped the start, so thought, right, I'll just carry on anyway. And then I can't remember which corner it was now. I think it was when you come out the chicane as you got round, and my car, I just caught the curb like you can do. I know they bounce you a little bit, and it literally fired me into the biggest pirouette you've ever seen. I must have flipped about 8 times or something, and then landed. But because I think I was in 12th, obviously the rest of the pack all came through, which I felt pretty sorry for because they obviously had to try and avoid me. But everyone then had a bit of a crashu, and then we carried on. So then I had a bit of a fight with a few guys, got myself back up to 16th, and then had a bit of a mistake, and then all the people I just overtook me again, and then somehow I've still ended up finished 15th even after a drive-through and many flips. So I'm quite happy with that still.
I think you ought to, because some of the racing that we saw was absolutely fantastic. It was just a shame that we saw you going off chicane a couple of times, but if you leave the handbrake alone, I'm sure we'll be all right for race 2. Are you looking forward to it?
Handbrake. Thanks very much, Alex. Cheers. I'll see you soon.
Cheers, Dan. Good luck in the next one. And Quentin, we need to chat with you. So coming into this, I saw on Discord that you were worried about your pace. Are you still worried?
In fact, yes, a bit, because a lot of crash happened, and I just keep it on track and get a lot of places.
Well, to be honest, I mean, what we saw at the end there, and we caught it on stream, was you catching up to Buchanan and Young and in the battle with Mark Baker as well. Absolutely outstanding racing. I mean, did you expect to be that close at all?
Not at all. No, I don't really expect to be more than fighting for P10. And yes, Sarah, I was almost following Greg Young for the entire race, but he was getting ahead, and he catch someone up. He can't overtake him, so I catch him, and we just pass guys over and over just like that for almost 20 minutes. So absolutely, yeah, no way I finished P5 in this race.
Well, very well done anyway. I mean, it just goes to show that if you never give up, amazing things can happen. So are you looking forward to tomorrow the same in race 2?
Yes, definitely.
Brilliant stuff. We look forward to seeing it, and congratulations on your result, and we will see you in race 2, Quentin.
Thanks.
So there you have it, guys. I mean, chat's gone wild. Chat has absolutely gone wild for that, and I think that's testament to the drivers. It really is. What we saw in battle, I mean, looking at this, quite a battle. Collins, Chauvetot, ask what happened. Baker convinced. Baker's going to see this anyway, and we'll have it out. Next time we're at Harewood, we'll over a slice of bacon on bread. We'll sort it out. I won't put the bacon on the engine manifold this time, I promise. Yeah, for 4 corners side by side, just immense race. It really is. Nice battle. I was muted for a little while. Awesome battle with Jamie. And you're welcome. Just absolutely fantastic stuff, guys. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I've really, really enjoyed that first race. Server isn't yet up for the second race. So I will tell you a bit more about the VRCC. Because as you know, we've got the VTCC. That's on Sunday again this weekend. Broadcasted by the amazing Chris Buxton and McRae Williams for the other server. That's an insane championship on Project Cars 2. If you're interested in Project Cars 2, have a look at that. Again, we've got links at the top of the screen when we're on the other scene for Assetto Corsa. Go there. Get in touch with guys. Get involved in some racing. As well as that, we've got MX5s coming up. We've got a lot of community days, including lawnmower racing. Yeah, lawnmower racing's coming to the community days. So yeah, get involved. Get involved. It doesn't matter whether you want to do championships, single races, just have a chat. Something for everybody in the VRCC. So yeah, it's great to have so many great people with us, and we'll have a few more, no doubt, as have server up for race 2. So we'll click join on that and get it loaded up. Can't wait for Group A. Yep, Group A is going to return. I don't know what I'm going to do for Group A, though. I'm struggling with a bit of inspiration. Because as you know, it's me that came up with the idea for it to go on stuff that we've seen previously. And I really enjoyed it. Who have we got on camera? Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I think the cars were a bit too difficult in terms of where everybody was in terms of car control. I think that for a select few, the talent was there to really send it in those cars. But I don't think everybody shared the same success. So I'm trying to figure out whether there's some easier cars, whether I need to slow it down a lot. Because we don't want an entire grid of alphas. They're not the fastest cars, and it makes it a little bit boring. And there are some of the Group A cars about. The question is whether or not I can bring them together and get them all working in one unit. So yeah, it's going to be a while before the next Group A. I've got a lot of work to do on that, but it's coming. It is coming. It's going to happen. Yeah, they were great to drive. They were nice to drive. And I think, weren't you in the Mercedes as well? Because that Mercedes was rapid. Absolutely rapid. I think Dan Collins also drove the Mercedes as well as Andrew Gallone and Alex Jameson. Very quick car. But yeah, I'm a complete rookie. Well, I'll not fib. So this is Nathan Birch's car. You can see it's just cars for miles behind. All the way down to the hill. And that's Nathan Birch. That's what he's going to see from the front. Are we even on the right screen? We're on the right screen now. So, Nathan Birch has 2 cars in front of him. Yep. Div Championship 2. Absolutely. And that's behind, all the way down to that king. As we're now getting ready for the first race. The Quentin Chauvetot. There he is, that burgundy car. We're now ready for the next race to begin. That wonderful grid of cars, isn't it? Look at the 939 course team. All 3 cars together on grid, apart from Quentin Chauvetot. And then the Zanjo boys at the front, aiming to take the Teams Championship and the Drivers' Championship today. This could be the race where it happens. This absolutely could be the race where it happens. Because reverse grids are hard. Reverse grids are really hard. But I think unless John has a disastrous race in the next one and the one after that, he might already be championship winner. I've not heard anything from the official. Nobody's confirmed anything officially. But we will wait and see. So, place your predictions. I do wish all of the drivers good luck. As we should have any minute some lights coming on for the gantry. We have some lights on at the back there. There we go. There's the gantry lights. Let's try and get a good position here. As we have 6 lights ready to light. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red lights. All lit up for the start of race 2. And there we are. Away they go. Good start from all 3 cars. Again, no dramas in the back this time. That all looks nice and clean. As we see Buchanan look to be on the defensive there. Quentin Chauvetot is still alright. Mark Baker in the distance as well. Money in top 3, absolutely. I think that's a given, is that. But the question is, can Birch challenge? As McGregor and Monroe are going toe to toe. Birch tucks in behind McGregor. He wants to battle there as well. He wants to give it a go. Oh, as we see Monroe on the grass. Can he get it stopped? He's gone wide, so that's going to allow McGregor through. Can Birch get through? Birch has capitalised as well. But will Monroe have the pace? Seems like he does. Seems like he does. As we see a little bit further back, that battle for 5th place and 4th place. 6th and 7th and 8th as well. That is incredibly close into the chicane there. I'm glad I got to catch that on stream for you, nice and live. But we see a little bit of space opening between Birch and Monroe right now. But Monroe is behind McGregor. Monroe wants to win. You heard it. He wants to win. But Ross wants to win too. So this is on. This is on for the lead. Not just the lead. I mean, if Monroe gets it wrong again, it could be a different championship result. It could be very, very different. As we see Chauvetot just looking at the inside of Wiggins there. Does Chauvetot feel like a 4th? He's alongside coming around Lodge. Can he keep it alongside for... Oh my word, he can keep it alongside for Old Hall. He can be down the inside for 4th. This looks like Chauvetot's got a real opportunity here. As we also see Young's down the inside of Buchanan. Oh, is it done? It's done. It's Colin Dunn. As we see, Wiggins has gone wide. Wiggins has gone wide, and Dunn looked like he had a bit of a squirrely moment there as well. So that's put Mark Baker right on his bumper, and Mark's trying to figure out, who do I go behind? Who do I get through with? As we see Luke Wiggins a little bit wide there as well. So Chauvetot in 4th place, now chasing down Birch. We see Monroe and McGregor at it again, punch for punch. Absolutely amazing race down into the hairpin, as we see a bit of carnage behind. Unfortunately, Wiggins and Dunn have fallen back and come a cropper. That promotes Baker, Buchanan. Oh no, Stricker into 7th. Greg Young in 8th with Callahan. Callahan in 9th place. I bet he didn't expect that after the first race. But here we go then. Monroe and McGregor. McGregor defending Monroe. Flip side this time around. Monroe's trying to look down the inside for Druids, but I don't think it's going to work there. I don't think he's got the speed to get alongside for whatever of the brakes they use, because these are so slow. They're probably pinned. But now it's going to be a run down into Lodge. Like I say, it's a very tricky corner, is this. Can Monroe do anything? Anything about his teammate being in the lead? This is absolutely nuts. 1:10.5 between them right now. Or less than that. Less than a 10. 600ths. As now, Monroe doesn't quite get the job done there, but he does get the fastest lap of the race so far, with 14.5 minutes plus a lap to go. I'm getting very dehydrated talking about this because this is intense racing. Look at these guys, they are bumper to bumper as Birch goes wide. I've done that so many times on that corner. That robs you of an awful lot of speed, and that might make Chauvetot smile from ear to ear as he's looking at the back of Birch thinking, I could have a podium here. But then behind Chauvetot you've got Mark Baker. Mark Baker's not a million miles away. Jamie Buchanan's not that far behind. A little bit further back you have, oh wow, look at this battle. This is all the way to 9th place. Chris Callahan currently a train of drivers. Behind you have Cohen de Grot on the inside. Dan Collins behind Chris Callahan on the outside. Kiki Mack in there as well with Toby Owen. This promises to be some fantastic racing as well. So de Grot currently falling a little bit behind Chris Callahan there, just as he's defending from Dan Collins and Kiki Mack. Toby Owen's fallen to the back of this pack, but this is going to keep swapping places, guys. This is what we love to see. This is pack racing. De Grot seems to have found a little bit of space. The next one is Dan Collins, holding Kiki Mack up or trying to go chasing one or the other. Ted just runs a little bit wide. Not much of a problem there. Toby Owen's really far over to the inside because they are 3 wide into Lodge. Wiggins, Kapatka and Owen, and I believe, oh no, Owen's been touched, goes across the inside. He's going to lose the space to Sunils, or he might not. No, Sunils wasn't quite close enough there. So we have Callahan now disappearing with Cohen de Grot. Kiki Mack down the inside of Dan Collins at Old Hall. First corner, Dan runs very, very wide. He's not going to get much traction there at all. Does that give the place to Kiki? No, Dan Collins stays ahead with Wiggins in right behind. What's going to happen here? Are these going to bunch up again? We see smoke in the distance from somebody locking a wheel. And down the inside, Cohen de Grot makes the move on Callahan as Kiki Mack outbrakes himself. Goes straight on, that allows Dan through, but Dan's run wide. So Wiggins has passed. Wiggins has passed a lot of them. So Kiki Mack has also ended up off the circuit, as well as Bart Sunils, unfortunately. Wow. What an end to that massive pack, but we still don't have an end to the fighting because they're still battling. Dan Collins has Wiggins right behind. Again, Chris Callahan right in front of him. And Kapatka looking to capitalise. Up front, this battle for the lead still continues. McGregor and Monroe, I am keeping a very close eye on that. As well as that, Chauvetot and Baker are now locking horns. Baker wants 4th. Chauvetot's like, no, this is my best. I'm keeping it. I'm going toe-to-toe with these guys and I'm going to catch Birch. This is absolutely fantastic to see. And again, here we see Wiggins looking down the inside of Dan Collins. Into Lodge, doesn't quite make the move. Very, very good going there. Now guys, if you think these guys are driving well and you want to see more of it, give us a follow. We'll be able to get more racing for you. Because if this is what we get, I'm going to do more commentating. I've absolutely got to. Because this is fantastic showmanship. Chris Callahan's done a really good job here to hold all 4 cars behind him. We have Dan Collins there trying to get past. Wiggins trying to get past Dan. So Dan's not only attacking, he's defending as well. And Patka just looking, what can I do? What can I do? Dan Collins spins! He spins, Wiggins misses him, Kapatka misses him. Unfortunately, that puts Dan further back. And now it's a 3-car battle for 10th place because De Groot's gone away. So Callahan now defending from Wiggins and Kopatka. Kopatka could make a move on Wiggins at some point here. But even closer than that, Baker's trying to get past Chauvetot. Yet Baker, anything's possible. Anything is possible from Mark Baker. But he's got to get past Chauvetot first, and he's got to do it cleanly, and then he's got to stay on track. Thank you for the compliments there, Fritz, and I agree, Nana Ninja. It is very exciting racing indeed. Baker's now on the outside around Chauvetot, carrying a lot more speed, but Chauvetot he's got the inside. If he can keep far along enough alongside Baker, then Baker can't do anything around Old Hall. But Baker's got enough speed. Is that signed, sealed, and delivered from Mark Baker? It is. Baker's up into 4th. Chauvetot drops down into 5th, but he'll still be smiling from ear to ear. He did not expect to be that far up the order. So very well done to Chauvetot, and Baker is now going to go chasing after Birch. Can he get there? This is the man right here. Tejas Kopatka has overtaken Wiggins. We missed it, unfortunately, but I would have absolutely loved to see that. Tejas Kopatka, as I say, for a first-timer in this championship on a set course, as Wiggins goes off. He's got a wheel on the grass, and that just gives Tejas Kopatka a lot of breathing room to go chasing after Chris Callahan. Unfortunately, Wiggins is still there, so Dan Collins and Colin Dunn have both got through, as have Toby Owen and Kiki Mack. As I believe Wiggins is still there yet to get going. I hope he hasn't stalled it. But this is a rather interesting battle a little bit further down the field now. Dan Collins, as we saw, he did get it wrong in that massive pack. Dunn was also there as well, as he just puts a wheel on the grass there. That's going to give him a little bit less traction. Hopefully he'll have all the dirt gone by the time they get to Druids. As he's looking down the inside of Dan now. I don't know whether they're on the brakes for Druids, but Dunn is alongside. Dan can carry more speed, but Colin's got the shorter distance. And it looks like Colin Dunn's got that move sealed. Once again, that job is done. Excuse the pun. As Dunn goes around the inside at Lodge, but look at the speed that Dan's carrying. You don't expect to see that. So Dan is going to stay on the defensive into Old Hall, and he does. Colin Dunn's still behind. How does that happen? As Dan goes really wide again. And then Owen and Mac having a bit of a tussle behind, but Owen fancies his chances on Dunn here. These are closing up really quickly, as oh no, we see Stefan de Groot losing a few places. Hopefully he gets going. Done the pun. I've done it a few times now. I'm sorry, Colin. It's a great pun, but there's Kiki Mack making a move on Toby Owen on the inside of the hairpin. Now Kiki Mack is behind again, because you can carry so much speed in these cars if you get the right line, and it seems like the wide line at the hairpin might actually be slightly faster, as now Owen's really putting pressure on Colin Dunn, and Dan is starting to drift away ever so slightly in the Driftworks car. But this battle is on. It might only be for 14th place, but this battle is on. But then Owen's looking at 13th place as well. This is quite special. Monroe is now going faster, and he's right on the back of McGregor here. I have to flick away because I have to get this move on stream. This is 10 minutes of racing done. There is a 10th and a half between the top two drivers. If that doesn't say this is fantastic racing, then what else will? What else will? I mean, this is at the highest level of elite driving. These two are engaged in battle, bumper to bumper. You can see the space between them there. Barely anything at all. Just enough for light to get through, and that is it. But where's Monroe going to make his move? Because when you're racing at this kind of speed and with this kind of pace, it's very, very difficult to find anywhere to make a move, because you've either got to really send it or you've got to pressure the other driver into a mistake, and that's not going to happen from Ross. Both Munro and Ross are unlikely to make mistakes. It is fantastic team racing. Hi there, Roy. Oh, did they swap places? I missed that. Amongst all the excitement, and again down the inside, that's a little touch. Munro trying to have a look down the inside. Thank you for watching, Roy. I do appreciate it. How are you today, Roy? It's not long for the MX-5s. Are you excited? Are you going to be taking part? I think that John's going to be taking part, isn't he? I doubt they'll crash. These guys are too good to crash. Baker's in the 39s. Quentin's gone really wide there. Maybe that's the line. Yeah, Munro and McGregor, they're not going to crash. They're far too good. I don't know whether you were with the VRCC when the Ginettas were about racing these two guys. Absolutely unbelievable as Munro and McGregor swap places there. If only for a brief second. Only for a brief second. The battle further back seems to have settled down now between Collins, Owen and Dunn. So I don't expect to be flicking back there, but Greg Young and Cohen de Groot are very, very close, so I might have to flick back if that gets any closer. We'll love to have you. It's going to be a very, very big championship by the look of it. We have a lot of entries already. Again, if you don't know where to look, up at the top of the screen, there's the links for the VRCC. Get on board, guys, because the racing, look at it. Look at it. You don't have to be elite to compete with these guys. These guys are elite, and you can see that with the way that they're driving. Further back, you're seeing it from a lot of the drivers that there's fantastic clean racing to be had for everybody of any ability to just get involved if you want to. Now there's back markets. How does this affect the driving? Again, I believe that is Adam Bent nicely moving out of the way there, keeping it very sane and not tucking straight in, so he's not upsetting any of the guys up front. Goff next for John in the MX-5. Then single-seater for us both. For a sprint. What sprint are you doing? What sprint? Are you keeping it all up in Scotland this year? I didn't know whether we'd get any, to be fair. I know that John's not particularly keen of Doom. But yeah, it'd be good to see you guys down at Harewood at some point in the near future. As again, we see darting and diving so close to the grass there on the brakes into the hairpin. So incredibly close between these guys. As we do see Young and Arnold Stricker is in there for a battle. So is Cohen de Grotz. As Cohen de Grotz lost out, Arnold Stricker's now looking down the inside of both of them, but not quite making the move on Young. But that's a battle that's not going to die anytime soon. And Bart's and Eels and Wiggins having a bit of a tussle as well. But up front, just a bit more space. Maybe John Munro's going to give himself some breathing room. Reset and attack for this final 2 minutes and a lap. So realistically, we're less than 5 minutes to the end now. Baker's found a bit of space, with Chauvetot still chasing behind. But let's not forget Burt. This time around, Birch is still there. 2.5 seconds. If the front two do make a mistake, any kind of mistake, then he's going to be right up there. And yeah, John's told me a few times he likes Harewood. I think everybody does, really. It's such a fantastic circuit and such a fantastic club organising as well that you can't not like Harewood. So I think we'd like to have you guys back as well. Definitely bringing the fun down there. So Young seems to be making a bit of a stretch. But Arnold Stricker, once again holding his own against everybody else you've seen in the last few races. And Cohen de Groot not finding anything to go on the attack here. I mean, he's a few tenths faster, but he's got to convert those few tenths as they're both really wide out onto the curb there. That might slow him down. Because look in the distance. Hedges Kapatko, he's having a fantastic weekend. He could be right there in a matter of moments. Click your fingers. These guys start scrapping, he's going to be right there. And then Chris Callahan in the distance as well. He's bringing himself along into the battle. Further back, Dan Collins is now under pressure from Toby Owen. I thought Toby Owen might get himself back up there to add some pressure. He's down the inside. He's down the inside. Dan's locked up. Bit of a touch, but no one's going to hurt there. Toby Owen gets that move done. And then Colin has closed right up behind. We saw this battle earlier. I bet these guys are having a whale of a time. Absolutely fantastic racing from the three of them. And this is what race 1 should have looked like for them rather than being a bit further back. Ross has this just to make mistakes. Superb driver. To be honest, both are superb drivers. Absolutely superb. We saw it in the Ginettas. We've seen it in the ACC races. I mean, both guys are, like I say, when I say elite, I don't mean elite as in they are that good. I mean elite as in they are the best of best when it comes to sim racing. And not just sim racing, because let's face it, John's rapid in real life as well, guys. I mean, the guy's got some talent, some serious talent. But as we see, we're coming across the line to start the final lap now for these guys. Owen seems to be stretching his legs a bit, but Colin is under pressure now from... Sorry, Dan Collins is under pressure from Colin Dunn. Not quite tongue twister, but I still messed it up. So, again, Dan's supreme around Old Hall. And that brings him right up to the back of Toby Owen. Oh, Colin Dunn's just a little bit wide there on the grass. Can he hold it? He does. He keeps it together. That might put him out of contention for the rest of the lap. But does Dan Collins have anything for Toby Owen? More importantly, what's happening up front? Because these guys coming up to... Is this Druids? I believe it is. I don't think Munro's close enough. I don't think he is. Oh, he's going to have a look. Showing himself in the mirrors. Trying to carry speed around the outside. Come on, guys. Oh, wow. Look at how close they are. McGregor is going to take it. And he does from John Munro. Less than a second between them there. Birch in third. Baker coming across the line in fourth. Great recovery from the first race. Dominic Collins for most unlucky driver. That's a fair shout. Chauvetot finishes in fifth. Buchanan finishes in sixth place there. Greg Young comes across in 7th with Cohen de Groot after a superb race this time around in 8th. Tejas Kapatko, really great racing for 9th, with Arnaud finishing in 10th right behind. Chris Callahan, happy with some clean air for a change, finishing in 11th. Toby Owen does hold on to that 12th place from Dan Collins, who will come across the line ahead of Colin Dunn in 14th place. With Stefan de Groot having a much better race this time around, we're glad to see. Coming across the line in 15th. And then we have Bart Niels. Again, a lot of fans in here. Comes across the line in 16th. Luke Wiggins, after an unfortunate race, coming across the line in 17th. Gary Van Binsbergen. We've not seen much of him. He's not been as far up as he usually is. But he still comes across the line in a respectable 18th. With Stefan Andrea Gadju, got it right, in 19th. Kiki Mack, unfortunately, in 20th after a sterling race earlier on. Adam Bent in 21st. Lorenzo Molnar in 22nd, with Brendan Van Eden last of the finishers in 23rd. Unfortunately, Charlie Fraser and Rick Wales did not finish. Nice race, Bart. Came from 20th to 16th. Not bad. Again, we know he's got fans in here and he does well most of the time. Well done indeed from Fritz. Absolutely. Kev, great racing, guys. I think I can agree with you all because that was absolutely fantastic. But I think we need to have a chat with some of the drivers now. Because this time, it's not John Munro that walked away with it. This time, it's been Ross McGregor. So we're going to grab a chat with Ross. I want a chat as well. Who do you guys want to hear from? Who do you guys want to hear from? I want to chat with Toby Owen if you can. If I can. If not, I'll grab Colin. I grabbed Dan last time. But who do you guys want to chat with? Birch? Yeah, let's have a chat with Birch. Let's have a chat with Birch. let's get those guys in. So, I'm guessing you all enjoyed that quite a bit. Again, if you're not already following, there's a follow button down there, looks like a little heart. Give us a follow, costs you nothing. If you do think I've earned the value of your time, again, you can subscribe, you can cheat, do whatever you want on Twitch. It's a fantastic platform to engage with. The channel points down underneath the chat, the little fuel icon. Again, they're free to use. Do what you want with those. Yeah, we'll keep it all evolved. Thank you very much for the follow there, Whisper Red. Again, I really do appreciate everyone following. It is great to have you with us, so thank you very much. And I think we've got Nathan in with us. Nathan, how are you?
I'm alright, thanks Alex. How are you doing?
Hot, losing my voice, bit sweaty. Yeah, you're all keeping us entertained tonight.
It's some good fun. I've had a couple of slightly lonely races though. I just can't keep up with the Zen Show guys, unfortunately, but I got a good view of that second race though.
Well, that's it. I mean, I was about to ask, we had a lot of fun watching. Was it just as entertaining for you, sat there in third?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I was trying just to nail the laps just in case they took one another out, but I could just see they're clean and they can race each other while still being quick. So
Cheers,
just have
Ian.
no hope of keeping up.
Well, we don't know about that because this is a reverse grid now, so that means you start ahead of them both. Are you going to try and keep them behind and just get away as fast as you can?
Well, I'll try my best. My PC's struggling a little bit with the amount of people we've got on tonight, so I've just turned a load of settings down to try and get that frame rate up, but them pair are just so quick. It's going to be a case of as soon as they pass me, I think that'll be it.
Yeah, fair enough. Well done for the first two races so far, and we're looking forward to a fantastic race 3 for you. We also have race 2 winner Ross McGregor. Congratulations there, Ross. Well done. There was a lot of pressure for the entire race. How did you hold it all together?
Well, it just barely held on, to be honest. John's he's just absolutely nailed these cars. He's like a couple of tenths faster at every track where we visit. So it was just a case of defending at the hairpin. That seemed to be the key sort of corner. Yeah, it was some good side-by-side racing as well. I think he may be a little bit kind to me on some occasions because he's obviously thinking about the championship. But yeah, it was a really good race and it's nice to win. But yeah, John's so much quicker, so I just hope I can get like a decent result in the 30-car reverse grid.
Well, this is it because it's, as we've seen, anything can happen. We've seen people finishing all over the place in the previous 2 races. I mean, are you just hoping to get through as many cars as fast as possible and maybe end up ahead of John, or have you just got to follow John through?
Well, first lap's a bit of a lottery, so yeah, it doesn't really matter where you start. Once you get through the gaggle of cars in front, it's anyone's guess where you end up, basically. So just got to try and not take each other out on the way.
Fantastic stuff. Well, good luck for that 3rd race. And we also have Toby Owen with us, who, for most of that race, gave us some brilliant entertainment. I mean, you, Dan Collins, Colin Dunn, Kiki Mack. Is there anybody you weren't battling in that race?
I don't think I got anywhere near Nathan or Ross.
That would have been nice, though, wouldn't it? But yeah, you gave us some great racing. I mean, it might not have been for first place. Yeah, it might not have been for first place, but just give us your thoughts on the racing there, because from where we were looking, it looked pretty clean and intense and sweaty. I mean, just walk us through it.
Intense and sweaty, definitely. I've in both races I've made a bit of a mess of the start, unfortunately, and lost a few places off the start. But when you're back in that pack this evening, it's been pretty physical. So yeah, it's a bit of a lottery at the moment. The first couple of laps as to whether you get taken out in an incident, and unfortunately, I have been tagged twice. So I've had 2 instances of having to fight my way back through the field, which is good practice for race 3. But it does mean that I start a little bit further up the grid than I was perhaps expecting to for the reverse grid. So fingers crossed, I can avoid the carnage of the opening laps and get a decent result in this one.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the racecraft, it's clearly there, Toby. I mean, some fantastic racing. I mean, when you were in that large pack, before it all fizzled out, I think on the first few laps you were there with Kiki, Mack, and everybody else. I mean, what was the racing actually like? Is it really difficult not to make contact.
It is, and the thing is, everyone was being respectful in that pack. There was no one sort of, no one being daft. But I think because Oulton Park's such a narrow track and very undulating, you've got to leave cars more space than you do normally, and there's not that much space to leave around here. It's a really narrow track, so when people were making contact, it's not all a result of a misjudgment. It's just unfortunate, but yeah, there was a fair bit of it.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of contact, but not too much. But it looked like such fantastic racing, and we're looking forward to some more. So good luck in that third race, Toby, and you never know, we might be speaking again at the end of it.
Oh, that would be a fine thing, wouldn't it? No, I'm expecting the Zancho boys and Nathan at least to come through, even despite starting at the very back. They're really quick.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Well, good luck anyway, Toby, and we'll let you get on with race 3 prep. You heard it, guys. You heard it. It is a really, really tough gig. But first of all, Ian, Catby, it's Bumfluff, mate. That's what it is. And Rebecca getting in on the action there. Rebecca, thank you very much, both of you. Great to have you with us. I hope you're enjoying the stream as much as I am enjoying commentating on it. Again, there's plenty of actions to use, plenty of things to get involved with on Twitch, so make use of the platform as much as you want. As we are loading up and we do have a few minutes to go, I need to grab myself a drink because I'm so dehydrated with these guys. It is incredible. So I'm going to jump through to give you a little bit of a taster of what the VRCC is all about, and we'll see you in a second. Well, guys, there we have it. That is the back of the grid for race 3. Give us your highlights of tonight. I want to know your favourite moments, what you've enjoyed seeing, what you want to see. Someone's beeping the horn. Maybe we're close to the race. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of you joining with us now, so first of all, thank you so much for all of the support. I really appreciate it. If you want to whack that follow button, go for it. If you want to throw bits, subscribe, use channel points, do what you like. I'm open to it all. I'm just appreciating all the love that you've shared with all the follows and subscribes and things like that. It's been absolutely amazing to commentate on this championship. This is the final race of this championship. With how well this has gone, I want to do some more. So this isn't the end of my commentating career at all. This is probably just the start of it. But next we'll be racing in the MX-5, so there'll be a lot of that to come. But right now, yeah, those 5 cars right there. That is what it's all about. We have Mark Baker ahead of Birch, ahead of John Munro, ahead of Ross McGregor. I'm not sure who the other car is right at the back. Yes, absolutely. Keep it coming for it indeed. And Ninja, thank you very much for the compliment there. Again, I've never done this before. I'm not trained. I'm not a professional commentator. I just got involved there. Couldn't find a professional to do it. So I was like, since I'm injured and I can't race, I might as well commentate. So that's how this happened. And I'm really glad I did, because your support has been unbelievable. and you've made it absolutely worthwhile. So thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, well, we're looking forward to this, Kev, as well. I'm going to try and keep as much of an eye on the improvements made from these drivers from their position. But I want to catch a lot of the other battles as well, and this is where it gets difficult with so many cars on grid. You can't watch everything. Which is where it might be nice to have a team. But I can't have a team of commentators on the same channel until I get partner level, so the goal is to grow the channel to get 75 average viewers each stream, which is going to take a little while, I think, but with you guys on board as a fantastic place to start, I think we'll get there eventually, and then we might be able to do that. But yeah, that would be fun. I'm drinking all the way through. It's the talking that's dehydrating me, and there's that much to talk about that it's happening fast. But yeah, you'll see in the channel points as well, there's a marker to hydrate. I think it's working. Might not be working perfectly, but it should be working. But we have lights on the grid, on the gantry there. 6 lights lit, and they're out. This is race number 3, as we see the field. Wow, look at that. That is an immense view from the back, and we see turn 1, Old Hall. Nobody making up much ground just yet, as we see everybody's through there cleanly. Nobody at the side of the track. Everyone getting through nice and cleanly. So at the back, it looks like Peter Locke. We've not seen anything from him so far this evening, but I'm glad we're seeing something now, as we see Van Eden at the very front of the field. Kiki Mack not far behind, as we see Tejas Kapaka unfortunately off the circuit there. Quentin Chauvetot is down the inside of Mark Baker. Both of them making places already. Right, now we've got to let all of this settle down to figure out where everybody is. Monroe and McGregor are into 16th and 17th. Baker is up into 13th. We have Chris Callahan under attack from Dan Collins there. We have Jamie Buchanan right on the back of Baker. Is he going to make a move? Oh, there's contact. There's contact. Mark holds it. Just fantastic stuff. But that allows McGregor to get past Buchanan. Buchanan is falling a long way back through the field there. But what's happening here? Is McGregor getting past Baker? Are they starting to look at the top 10 positions already? We haven't even finished the first lap, and already McGregor is there. He's up into 13th place from the back of the grid. As we see, what a gaggle of cars coming down into Lodge. Very clean up where Chauvetot is. And McGregor and Mark Baker locking horns with Birch there. John Monroe right behind. A little further up, we have Wiggins making a move on Jari van Binsbergen. Dan Collins up in 8th. We saw Dan do this before. From the back of the grid, he is really, really strong. McGregor and Monroe are now past Baker. Baker's going to be keen to hold on to the back of these guys, but keeping strong, Nathan Birch. He's still splitting the Zanshaw cars. Lockwell has just rolled in from the pub straight to the sim. You know him well then. He's a good guy, is Peter Locke. We do enjoy his company indeed, and he's a good racer when he's on nice and early. So we have Birch trying to stay around the outside of John Monroe. Was that little touch that gave John a little bit of a wiggle there? And Mark Baker's now looking at the back of Birch thinking, I need to follow the faster car, and Birch is probably going to be faster out of there. But again, we've seen this before, as I think that's Stefan de Groot that's off the circuit at the moment. Or is it Lorenzo Molnar? I can't quite work it out. But we see Baker and Monroe side by side. But that's allowing Cohen de Groot. Cohen de Groot is now attacking both of John Monroe and Mark Baker, and Jamie Buchanan is there as well. How on earth did you fall through the map? Stefan, this is unfortunate to say the least. We are... yeah, it's not good news, mate. It's not good news. We'd have liked to see you continue. But wow, this is 4 cars side by side into Lodge, and around they come. Mark Baker now fending off John Monroe. Meanwhile, McGregor's up in 8th place, chasing down Quentin Chauvetot, who is right behind Young. We've seen that before, as we see a bit of action behind with Tedge again. Packed a bit sideways, but Monroe is past Baker again. There's positives to everything, Stefan. Unfortunately, would have liked to see your race, mate. I mean, it's a shame you're watching the stream, but thank you for joining us anyway. We're cheering on Cohen de Grot at the moment because he's right behind Mark Baker there, with Buchanan right behind, and Baker, Monroe, and Cohen and Colin, and everybody's having a real good scrap here. As we see, Mark's in the slipstream there. He's in the slipstream. He's really chasing. As we see Dan Collins. Dan's gone ahead of Young. Dan's in 5th place, chasing down Adam Bent now. What can Quentin Chauvetot do? Can he make a move as well? Does it look like Young was a little bit wide out of that corner, and that's going to give McGregor an opportunity to push Quentin Chauvetot all the way with him. I think, yeah, there's a lot of guys in here that are gonna offer condolences for that, because it was great to see you racing in race 2. You did very, very well compared to race 1. It would have been nice to see that continue. And Quentin certainly got ahead of Young, but Young and McGregor now locking horns into Lodge. But this looks like that's gone McGregor's way. So McGregor is now ahead of Young and chasing down Chauvetot. What Chauvetot, is this going to be the special moment where Chauvetot pulls a stunning race out of the bag? And Collins as well, up there in 5th. It was a good race in race 2, I think. We got to see some good stuff from you. But this is one of the circuits that always catches me out as well. So yeah, I feel the pain and I understand and I empathise quite deeply. Look at this, we've got Birch there as well. Birch on the back of his teammate. Monroe and Baker catching quite quickly there as well. As we see, was that Cohen de Grot just on the grass there? That's going to allow Stefan Andrew Gadgiu to catch up with Colin Dunn there as well. And Buchanan making the move on Gadgiu. There we go. So, someone has just gone straight to the pits. That might have been Charlie Fraser. As we see now, everybody's moved up one position behind Kiki Matt. As now, this is Dan Collins. Dan Collins racing Adam Bent. Adam Bent will be pleased to get some footage on stream. We don't normally catch much of his racing. Quentin gets it wrong. Quentin's got a wiggle on, and that's allowed McGregor through. And McGregor's now eyeing up the side of Dan Collins' car. Oh, there's a touch. Was that Birch? Did they keep it going? I hope they kept it going. We're seeing Chauvetot drop down the field. Unfortunately, he was having such a great race as well. But it's all about what's happening ahead. Collins has been passed by McGregor. Can Collins follow McGregor through as Adam was squeezing a bit much there? I think Collins might be a bit cautious at making this overtake happen. But that's going to allow McGregor to get on with it. Meanwhile, Ben is the one holding everybody up as McGregor is going. Where's Monroe's still down in 8th, so McGregor's really had the hustle on. But that doesn't mean Monroe's out of it yet. I mean, look, you can see them all. They're all on screen right now. All the way down to Baker at least. But this is Dan on the inside of Adam around that little kink. It's not much of a corner though, so that puts him on the outside for the hairpin. I don't know whether this is going to work. Look at the gap that McGregor has made already. That is impressive. And Dan has contact. That's contact. Keep it going. Keep it going. Use your drifting. Adam makes another touch. That almost results in disaster for the lot of them, but that sees Ben further down the field. That might have just been down to experience from the young driver there. Well, that promotes Young to go chasing after McGregor now, and Birch is still behind Greg Young as Young gets it wrong, so that promotes Birch and Monroe, and Young joins the circuit alongside Mark Baker, who's going to have speed, so de Grot might get the opportunity, but it doesn't look like he has. So, thank you very much for the sub then on a Ninja. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Wow. This is incredible. So Monroe's already looking at the rear quarter of Birch's car there. He wants to get through. He wants to get chasing after McGregor. You heard McGregor saying that Monroe is the faster car, but if McGregor doesn't make mistakes, then he can hold for the win. But Monroe makes that move at Lodge. That is down the inside. That is nice and sweet. They're going through. They're going through. Oh, it's a gift. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you so much for the gift. Here we go. That is... It's not done yet. It's not done yet because Birch is carrying the speed. Wow, thanks guys. This is incredible from you guys. I really do appreciate it. What are you thinking about this racing? What do we have further back? Dan Collins is still ahead of Baker. He's having a wonderful race. Behind them, we have Young holding Jamie Buchanan up and Stefan de Groot right behind. Right behind, but 10 seconds ahead of the main battle as we're seeing Birch getting overtaken by Monroe, and that might be signed, sealed, and sent. Absolutely. Or is it? Is Birch is carrying the speed again? He's right back at Monroe. This is going to continue slowing them up, and as I was saying, we've got Brendan Van Dieren and Kiki Mack walking away with this race at the moment. But Monroe's going to be on the outside for the second apex, which seems to be the important one. But he's got the inside for the next apex, if he can carry the speed. And he needs to carry the speed, otherwise he's not going to have enough when it gets to Druids. And there we see Birch takes the racing line, and now he's defending. Around the kink they're going into Druids, and Monroe doesn't have an answer there. Birch is doing a fantastic job to keep them all behind. And we see Go Cohen using our little emoji. Absolutely fantastic to see that used. So Brendan Van Eden now setting personal best. That's not going to make it easy for McGregor to catch up. It's really not. So Monroe has the job done at Lodge. Can Birch come back at Monroe? It looks like he's having a look at Old Hall. No, that might be it. Monroe looked a little bit loose. He's wide. Is that going to allow Young through now? I'm trying not to hold back. Yeah, Birch is back through. A little bit further back. It's still stalemate there, but look at this racing. How long has this been going on? I'm trying not to lose any of what's happening further back because it's all fantastic racing across the board. Everybody's so close, down to 19th place. They're doing 1 minute 40 lap times. And you know, that was like 5th place or 6th place in qualifying. Absolutely insane. And Birch is still ahead of Monroe. And McGregor isn't really catching Kiki Mack. And Brendan Van Eden having a fantastic race in first place. He's loving this. Absolutely loving life right now as Baker seems to be on a charge for Dan Collins. But Monroe doesn't seem to have an answer. He doesn't seem to have anything to get past Nathan Birch. And that's testament to the pace of these guys. Like I said, you've got to have a big speed difference to make a move just willy-nilly. When you're this close in pace, you've got to line it up. You've got to set it up at least a lap beforehand. And this might be where John Monroe is struggling because he tries to set it up. And then by the time he gets to making the move, Nathan Birch has already seen it as he goes for a tight move there. Through the dummy, tries to get the inside at Lodge, but doesn't quite get it done on the brakes. Carries speed on the exit, however. That might set him up nicely for Old Hall. What's going to happen here? We're seeing Shovto getting back up into 12th place. We did see him make that off, which was very unfortunate. As we're seeing Birch hauling off Monroe once again. Collins and Baker again, ever closer. Thank you so much for the follow there, McRae. I really do appreciate the view. Hi there, Stefan87. Thank you very much for the view. This is intense racing across the road. I don't know where to look because we've got this for 5th. Sorry, 6th. We've got 4th place between Birch and Monroe. McGregor's starting to close up to the top 2, but he's only got 5.5 minutes plus a lap. I don't think there's time on the board for McGregor to close up enough to get the job done. Dan Collins looked slightly wide there. Ever so slightly wide. But Baker might not be close enough to capitalise by the time they get down to the chicane. As we see, Cohen de Groot is very, very close to Buchanan as well. These are so close, guys. Again, you're racing around the lap and there. Oh, that was almost a switchback that we saw, but Cohen is now going to carry the speed. This is Buchanan under serious pressure here. Absolutely monstrous pressure. But let's not forget, this is still going on side by side around Druids. I would not like to be on the outside there, I'll be brutally honest. That is incredibly scary. You're just worried about going off. But now John Monroe still has the inside for Lodge, but Birch is just saying, have it. I'm going to carry the speed. I'm going to be the first guy down to Old Hall. And he does it lap after lap. But this time around, has John Monroe got anything for it? He tucks in. He tucks in. Is he trying to make Birch go defensive so that Birch slows himself down, allowing Munro to throw a dummy. I don't know about it, but Dan Collins has just set a 39.935. New personal best. Dan Collins is flying up in 6th place, and he's absolutely loving life. Baker, unfortunately, looks like he might have made a mistake. He's back down in 11th place. So Baker's obviously dropped off the wagon. Tell you who hasn't: Cohen de Grot and Jamie Buchanan, because they are locked in horn to horn. And Jamie Buchanan this time around has not disconnected. His car has not barreled into a wall or another driver at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So this is fantastic to see, that we're getting to see Jamie Buchanan having some fantastic battles, and we're getting to see them concluded. So I am really happy to be seeing this right now. Cohen de Grot is having a storm that we've seen in the other races against all sorts of other drivers with fuel cars on grid. He's been in some battles, but he's not always been so consistent. And this is incredible from Cohen. So I don't know whether it's been extra practice. I don't know whether it's a mentality change, but Cohen de Grot has really brought the bacon today. And as we see, Birch and Munro, it looks like Munro's he's got the job done. That is job done. That is job done. And yeah, we saw the PB for Bart. I mean, these guys are just getting faster and faster and faster. I mean, they've done 3 races already and quite a session in qualifying, and I've absolutely loved this. This is brilliant to see. Now we're seeing Collins is on his own a little bit, but we've got Greg Young. Greg Young starting to edge ever closer to him. Speaking of edging closer, McGregor is edging closer to the top 2. But he's still 6 seconds behind. He's in no man's land a bit. The gap is now growing between Munro and Birch, so I don't think Munro has got anything to worry about now, because Birch doesn't seem to have an answer, but Collins has done a really stunning job there. And Toby Owen now gets into the 39s with a 39.859. And Jamie Buchanan seems to have pulled out a small gap, just a tiny little gap, over Cohen de Grot there. So Cohen de Grot may be saving it for a lap fight. As we see a little bit further back, Quentin Chauvetot in the distance there, Toby Owen right behind. Chris Callahan a little bit further back, so behind it's all a little bit spaced out. We have a few DNFs, but up front, these battles are still raging on. Munro and Birch. The hype music says it all. Hi Lorenzo, we do see that you're in the pits there. It's unfortunate to see. We'd have liked to see you finish the championship out, but you've had some good battles so far. We've seen some of them on the stream. We've seen some of them. We've talked about some of them as well. And you know, hopefully next time when you come back, you've had a season with these drivers now, so you know what to expect from them. And hopefully we'll get to see you doing some more wheel to wheel. We've absolutely loved having you. And yeah, if you want to stick around for the rest of the stream as we see this championship out, we would love to have you. Thank you for joining. To McGregor again, 39.0. He's almost in the 38s. Remember, he didn't get the 38 in qualifying, but they're in the distance, just coming at the bottom of your screen now. That's Kiki Mack and Brendan Van Eden. McGregor's getting close. He's getting really close. If Van Eden and Kiki Mack start battling right now, and they are, then McGregor could inch closer, because don't forget there's an extra lap when that clock runs out. So I don't think they're going to get across the line before it does, and that makes this the penultimate lap. As we see 20 seconds on the clock, they're down at the chicane, there's no way they're getting to the line. So this is the penultimate lap. This is Van Eden's chance to take a victory in the Clio Championship in that striking Alpine Stars BBS livery. Wonderful car, but Kiki Mack seems to have lost a bit of ground there. Just a little bit of ground to Brendan Van Eden. As McGregor, he's not done quite enough. Not done quite enough. Still 4.5 seconds. Didn't quite get right up to the top. So here we go. The next time around Lodge will be the last time around Lodge. And I'm sure for Brendan, it can't come soon enough. If he could end the race now, I'm sure he would take it. 2 big logo. This is the trouble with mods. If you go somewhere you're not expected to go, sometimes there can be a bug. This is a shame. This is a shame. Hi there, Jerry. Yari, sorry. It's great to have you here. I mean, I'm sorry that you're not racing, But thank you for coming to join me. I really do appreciate it. I hope I can do the last few minutes of this crowd, as it doesn't look like Buchanan is under much of a threat from De Groot at the moment. The sole big logo car left, by the look of it. But Dan Collins, what a sterling job in 6th. Not really falling much further behind Birch. You can see Birch in the distance there, just to your left of your screen. And Young hasn't really closed in, just behind. But Buchanan seems to have edged a little bit closer to Young, but I don't think he's got enough time to get there. I don't think he's got enough time to get there at all. In other battles, Owen's not really closed up onto Chauvetot, but Chauvetot has closed up onto Baker. So this could be something interesting to watch by the time we get to the last corner, because this is all to play for still. There's not just points on offer, there's pride. Because these drivers, when they finish, as we're coming around Druids with Brendan Van Eden right now, when they finish, even though it's been a 4-event championship, there's still been 3 races each championship. There's a lot to take away from this. There's going to be some very proud drivers as Brendan slows down to let Kiki Mack through. Did he just let Kiki Mack win? And he goes off. He goes off and McGregor's off as well. But Kiki Mack comes across to win race 3 of the final Clio Championship race at Oulton Park. What? I'm almost speechless, guys. We have Kiki Mack, Brendan Van Eden, and McGregor. Then Monroe comes across in 4th, and Birch in 5th. Dan Collins is coming across the line in 6th for Driftworks. Driftworks, guys, I know you're here. Go nuts. We have Greg Young in 7th. Again, we have some 939 course guys. Go nuts. Jamie Buchanan for Dunn Motorsport. De Groot for Big Logo Racing. Again, you guys, you got to go nuts now. Mark Baker across the line in 10th. Chauvetot, very respectable 11th. Both of those recovered well. Toby Owen in 12th. Chris Callahan in 13th. Bart Neals coming across in 14th. Across the line now is Tejas Kapatka in 15th, doing a little drift ahead of Luke Wiggins in 16th. Peter Locke comes across in 17th after starting from the back. Not bad going there. Colin Dunn, unfortunately, in 18th. We saw him higher up in the first 2 races. Stefan Andrew Gadju, sole remaining Driftworks car at the back in 19th. Adam Bent in 20th. We saw some great racing from Adam. Unfortunate to see him so far back. Arnold Stricker is in the pits in 21st. Not finished to Jari van Binsbergen. Thank you for joining me in the stream. Lorenzo Molnia, thank you as well, Lorenzo. Charlie Frazier in 24th. And we have Stefan de Groot, the final person, in 25th. So thank you all for joining us when your race came to an end. It's a shame it came to an end so early. But well done for Kiki Mack and Brendan Van Eden for holding that all race long. How fantastic was that? So yeah, Yari agrees. Good job, Cohen. Stefan, yeah, it was a great race up until you fell through the map. McRae, yeah, they fell through the map. Very much of a glitch, and thank you for the emojis. That pretty much sums it up. Fritz, what a race, everyone! Absolutely was. Stefan agrees. So yeah, we're gonna have to grab some chat after that, because that was something else. That was really something else. I mean, did you guys enjoy it? How much did you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you guys enjoy it? Do we have Kiki Mack? We do. Yeah, let's grab. I want to ask him why. We're gonna have to have a chat with Dan. Who else who do you guys want to have a chat with? Who do you want to hear from? What do you want to ask? 100 out of 10. Thanks, McRae. Thank you so much. Everyone else is giving it an 8. Yeah, there's a little room for improvement with falling through maps and stuff. A 9 from Yari. Let's hope we're not missing it for long, Nana Ninja. Let's hope it's back soon. Yeah, if you want to speak to anyone else, let me know, and I'll ask them to come join us as well. But yeah, this was absolutely fantastic. I hope to hear from Adam. Yeah, let's grab Adam as well. Let's hear from Adam. Hi there, John.
How's it going?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm very sweaty, very hot and bothered, but I'm guessing you're a bit more sweaty and hot and bothered than me. I mean, just talk us through your feelings in that.
I was going to say exactly the same thing, yeah. Yeah, that was a good fun race, to be fair. The second race didn't quite go my way. I've had a really good battle with Ross, but I just made a mistake with 2 laps to go, and that then kind of lost that one. So I was hoping to get some redemption, but in that last race, to be fair, it was just the kind of luck of the draw and where we found the space early on, and I kind of got held up a bit more than him, and he managed to get 3 or 4 cars in between us. And I don't know if you caught it at all, but I had an amazing battle with Nathan for about 6 laps where we were side by side pretty much the whole time, and it was just brilliant. And there's no contact, no nothing, just great racing. So that's we had those kind of battles with Ross a couple of times, but also Nathan, which is brilliant to see. And yeah, just delighted to take home the championship and the team's championship. It's a great night.
Yeah, we've got to congratulate you on that, because it has been a dominant performance from the Zancho team, but we did indeed catch most of your battle. In fact, we caught a lot of battling going on, because let's be fair, that was some incredible pack racing that you had to come through. I mean, was it dicey? Were you worried at all?
It's tricky because when you've got a little bit more pace than some of the cars around you, it's really tricky not to. You have to be fast at the right moments. So you've got to really pick your spots when to go slow into the corner to get a better exit. But sometimes you end up getting held up right at the point where you're fully on the gas and you need to brake again mid-corner. So being quicker is not just how you get past people, you need to plan it in advance. And I think there's a couple of times where I went a little bit too early, had to hit the brakes to not hit people, and then I'd lose the momentum. So the pat racing's incredible. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of people that have had great races out there that have not been caught on stream, because yeah, you can see like sometimes it's 3 wide, 2 wide, so people getting sandwiched. Obviously there are incidents every now and then, but generally it was brilliant fun. And I got to say as well, I was really rooting for Brendan and Kiki. Like obviously Ross is my teammate, but I was really hoping they would hang on. And I know Kiki was stressing the whole race, seeing that Sancho car in the mirror. So just want to say well done to those guys for the 1-2.
Yeah, I'd love to have a chat with those 2 guys in a minute. But one thing that you did touch on there was planning for the overtake, and I did mention it on a stream that, you know, sometimes you've got to plan a few corners behind, sometimes you've got to plan a lap ahead. How far did you have to plan to get past Birch?
Nathan, it was about a lap and a half, because you have to. So what I try and do, especially when it's people that are similar speed, is you've got to have them on the ropes. So you've got to basically, whatever way they go, you've got to be outside of them, and you've got to be alongside going into every corner to force them inside. So what you end up doing is you go side by side pretty much every corner, swapping inside to outside, until eventually it comes a point where they just can't hang on anymore, and you can get that run. But as long as you have a bit of your car alongside, they can't then block you. They've got to kind of hold their line, and you can dictate basically what you do with your car for the next turn. So basically you're always looking about a lap ahead, trying to force the car in front into a mistake, or force them to take an unoptimal line, so that you can then get the cut back to the next corner, which can then lead to you getting the cut back to the corner after. So yeah, with Nathan, it was like, I mean, we were side by side for about 5 or 6 laps, but the actual move took about a lap and a half to prepare. With some of the other cars, it's more a case of thinking a corner or 2 ahead and trying to work out where you're going to get space.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, well, thank you so much for the entertainment, and it really has been really entertaining, and well done for the championship as well. But I think we really need to have a chat with Dan Collins, because unfortunately Dan Collins didn't have much of a race in race 1 or 2, with a few incidences upsetting the course of things. But race 3, Dan, 6th place, mate.
Yeah, wasn't too bad. I think I could have even done better if I hadn't had a little bit of a knock at the hairpin, but I managed to keep it going, and yeah, only dropped back a couple of places. I really enjoyed that though. Yeah, it was good racing. So close, isn't it?
We did see that, but you weren't being dropped. You weren't catching either, really, but you weren't being dropped from the really fast guys. I mean, how does it feel to have... Because let's be honest, when you did that first roll, that's going to be disappointing. Second race, you get knocked about a bit. That's disappointing. I mean, is it like an emotional roller coaster right now? How are you feeling?
I think every race in the Clios is an emotional roller coaster. But yeah, no, it's good. I did enjoy it, considering it was the whole pack, and you know, it wasn't like we were split as a pro-am split. The fact that everyone was together, I was pretty happy with that. Yeah.
No, well, it was, like I say, it was an absolute pleasure to watch that. But it was also an absolute pleasure to watch Brendan leading most of that race. And when I say most, I really mean it. All the way up until the last corner. Brendan, what happened, mate?
Hey, no, look, I'm just joining for the fun of it. My first laps was this evening, so I'm just here for the fun of it. I'm getting used to the car, and you know what, just having a good time with the boys, and that's about it.
And it was a really good time with the boys tonight, because let's face it, you were leading against the Zancho boys, against the 939 course team, Driftworks, AJR Motorsport. Name a team, you were beating them. I mean, how does it feel to have such a strong race in such a very tough championship?
Yeah, look, I must actually thank Adam. He helped slow them up a bit. I tried, look, like I said, I'm learning these cars, so I tried a little bit of adjustment. I see it does actually make a big difference. And I was battling to get out of the 41s, and then all of a sudden I'm doing low 40s. So, yeah, it's different. Look, coming from project cars is where my bread and butter is. But this was fun. Different. I've got to get used to it. You can definitely call me a noob when it comes to this kind of stuff. But hey, let's hope it goes better than the MX-5 car.
Well, this is it. I mean, I know that you're quick on Project Cars too, but this is a completely different world, as it will be from different titles across all industries. But it wasn't just 140s. There was 139 there that we did catch. So very well done on that. But now across to Kiki Mack. Because, Kiki, did you expect to win that?
No. To be honest, I didn't think it would go as well as it did. Thanks to Brendan for letting up going into the last corner to let me through for the win. Didn't have to do that, but it's much appreciated. But yeah, I think I just got lucky with, well, unlucky in race 2, I guess, where I fell through the map and got reset to pits. So that put me obviously near the front for the reverse grid. Managed to battle through the first couple of positions, and me and Brendan ended up out the front with a sizable gap to Adam, who was, I'm not sure how much he was battling, but he was holding up the pack quite well for us and managed to pull enough to not allow Ross and John and the rest of the guys through to catch us too soon.
Well, very well done for the win. And Brendan as well, very well done for the both of you, because there was a battle there for most of it, and we did see some of it, so thank you very much. And speaking of Adam holding people up, we have Adam with us, and yeah, I mean, let's be honest, you're not a very experienced sim racer. You're a young lad that's come into it fairly recently, I believe. I mean, did you expect to be doing so well with the Zancho boys chasing you?
I mean, obviously, knowing John personally, it's a little bit more like, I feel like it's always a little bit of a closer rivalry between myself and John, even though he is miles faster. No, to be honest with you, I do this because I enjoy it. I think the Clios are a great little car. They're surprisingly unstable for something that's so low powered and quite heavy. But no, they're great fun, and honestly, for most of that race, I was just sort of, well, I'm not going to win this, but if I can help, obviously, Kiki and Brendan get a little bit further ahead just to give somebody else a win, then obviously I'll hold up the pack for as long as I physically can. And then eventually, obviously, I dropped it, I think, in the chicane, and obviously, yeah, the song was sung as such, and everybody started piling back through. But no, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great little series that we've run, and yeah, can't wait to do something like this again.
Yeah, we did see the time when you were stuck. It was down at the hairpin, I believe, and yeah, the field streamed through, so it was a bit of a shame. But up until then, it was really good pack racing. I mean, we heard from Toby saying that it's really difficult not to make contact, but the racing was so clean up at the front. I mean, how much were you sweating?
I mean, I wasn't stressing too much. I think I was more worried about just keeping the car on the road. Again, it's that whole look forward, don't look back, because as soon as you look back and see like 20 cars behind you, obviously the panic sets in, and then you're more likely to make the mistake. Whereas obviously if you just sort of relax, take it easy, and focus on what you need to focus on, which is obviously in front of you and where people are in front, then obviously you do well. It's just unfortunately a sudden Clio appeared in the hairpin and sort of offset my rhythm, but it happens.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's funny you mentioned about looking forward and backwards, because one of the viewers from Twitch shared an Instagram post with me earlier where Kimmy's son mocked him about that. But that's a story for another day. I think to round out, this has been an absolutely fantastic race weekend for the lot of you, and we've got more to come with the VTCC. Are you all looking forward to it?
Well, I mean, yeah, Nürburgring is always an exciting track, so hopefully I can try and make, well, reboot brains. Try and redeem myself from Oulton Park last time, where I threw away a win, and hopefully take a win this time.
Well, I wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you for joining me, and have a good
No problem.
evening to the rest
Thank
of
you
you.
very much.
There you go, guys.
Cheers, Alex.
Wow.
Cheers, Alex.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a little bit of a reset after that, and I might come back and do some iRace. But yeah, thank you all so much for following me on sub gifts and everything, guys. It's been an absolute blast to have you joining me for this. I did drink. I held the glass up, I drank. We'll drink again for you. Yeah, it's been really, really good fun to commentate on this championship, and just if you've got any ideas for what you want to see next, there's some links at the bottom of the screen there for the AGR Motorsport stuff, monitored by the social media guys and me and some of the other members of the team. So yeah, if you want to get in touch, if you've got any ideas for what you want to see next, give us a shout. I mean, obviously I do drive, so I'm going to want to be racing championships. Next, you'll see me racing in the MX-5 championship with the VRCC. But from now till then, there's not really a lot planned. So if there's something you want to see, give me a shout. I might yet commentate the lawnmowers. Would you like to see that? Let me know. But yeah, it's been superb. So thank you all for the follows, the subscribes, the cheers. There's people cheered me. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, and I've got to be so grateful to all of you, because all of you have made this happen. This fancy overlay system, all the special graphics and all of it, it's you guys. You're what makes this special. And I gave this a go just on a whim. I'm not a professional, I'm not trained, I don't know anything about the audio video industry or about streaming, commentating, being a public face, but it's been special and I've enjoyed it, and I'm hoping you guys have all enjoyed it as well, and that you might want to see some more. In which case, if you do want to see some more and you haven't already followed, click that follow button. You'll get to see plenty more. Again, follow the links below. That'll obviously allow you to be alerted for what we're doing, when we're doing it, that sort of thing. Because we do go out and do some real stuff. I mean, you know that Mark Baker, part of the AGR Motorsport team, he's planning to do Harewood. We've got myself doing Harewood and the odd event here and there. Charlie Heath, he's getting about, also doing the MX-5 championship. In fact, to run you through who we've got at the moment for the MX-5 championship, which starts very, very soon, so we'll start practicing for that in the near future. We have myself in one of the cars, we have Mark Baker, Charlie Heath, Bias Ericsson, Roy Grassi, Trev Hummer, and Gavin Ransom. We have 7 guys currently racing with us for the MX-5 championship, and nobody's slow. None of them slow. But we've got to split the team, so I've got to work out how to do that, because we're allowed 4 maximum per team, so there'll be an A and a B. And yeah, we're looking forward to how we're doing it. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, and we will see you all next time. Do you guys want to go and have a look at anybody else? Because we have a few of our friends doing different things right now. We have Dan Collins is doing some drift. We have a great friend of mine, Ben, who's playing Apex Legends right now. He was racing F1 2020, so I'm eventually going to go ask him how that went. And we have Ali, who's currently playing Grand Theft Auto 5, which, again, it's a mature audience thing, but, you know, he's a great guy and he does a fantastic stream. So, out of those guys, who do you want to go see? Come on. In the chat, guys, I want to hear about it. Alternatively, I'm feeling like Ben might be the right person to go see. Are you up for it? Apex Legends, ask about F1 2020 and all of that. Guys, you're welcome. You don't need to keep thanking me. It's, like I say, I should be thanking you. It's my pleasure to give you guys the best entertainment I can, even though I'm not in the entertainment game, I never was, and you've all enjoyed it, so I have absolutely loved having you part of this, and I'm over the moon, and I'm stoked that you like it. Thank you all so much. So, let's go. Oh, we have another follower. Thank you very much, Tunje. Thank you, I really appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna go quick. You followed right at the end of the stream. But never mind. We will be doing more. I mean, next I'll be live on Sunday, and I do Tuesday and Thursday mornings as well. But again, you might be at work there. Some of you will be anyway. And then I might keep the Friday night thing going because it's working rather well. At least I thought. So yeah, we're gonna go see. Mr. Buchanan, you need to watch this stream, mate. Some of your racing's been absolutely mental. So yeah, thank you very much for the follow. But yeah, we're gonna go raid Ben. If you've got the raid icon, if you've got that guy, use it. Use it in droves. If not, say hi, spam his chat for a couple of seconds, and then if you feel like it, give him a follow because he's a wonderful guy. And we will see you Sunday night. Cheers, guys. Love you.
I'm not ready, Ewan. I'm not ready. Oh no, pressure is on. Alex! Holy shit! 16 views? Alex, thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing, man?
Hola.
How's it going?
Spam some emotes just to, help. Okay, maybe I won't.
SJS, hello!
You take your time, you let me know when you're ready.
You know what, Ewan?
No, genuinely.
Ewan.
You open fire on my ass right now.
Ewan, guess what?
Yeah? What?
Are you ready?
No.
Are you sure?